Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, May 26, 2022, and you can find this 153 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away. You can also find the first 100 episodes now live on the YouTubes at youtube.com/MarcusB814. I'm an idiot. Anyways, you can watch me terribly fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sunday nights at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
You can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
You can find the both of us on Twitter, but mostly on Discord. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NICKVR. And this week's episode, we're talking about the terrible, terrible Halo series with a very special guest. This gentleman is the former most eligible bachelor in the nerds community, the current AIE officer for My Little Pony Online. You may know him as Billy Bob, William Bobberton, Gronk in 87, but I just call him Jacob. So Jacob is a player on the CWE Power Division 2 squad, our resident Halo expert, a great friend of the nerds community, and an even better friend in real life. So welcome to the show, Jacob. And what have you been up to?
Wait.
Can't do that.
After that introduction, do you guys need like your own bedroom time? Like, you guys got to go cuddle over there or something? Like the only thing that was left is just like he holds hands the best. You guys, he holds hands so well. And just for the record, this fucking mug root beer, there's zero caffeine but sugar content at 10,000. Thank you very much, mug root beer. Anyways, what have you been up to?
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Well, wait.
Speak
into the mic.
Okay. I've just been going to the gym recently and going to work. Gotta get the money up because we gotta play paintball. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Have you played any games this week?
I've been playing a lot of Rust.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of ditching the boys that are playing like League of Legends and Valorant, just playing Rust with my friend that we used to play paintball with. Problem is
which friend?
Zach Spleen, AJ Monaco. Them used to play on Hogan's Alley Factory back in the day.
Oh, okay, nice.
So, we've been playing like
Hogan's Alley. Holy shit, I haven't played at that field in forever.
It's actually not a field anymore, but yeah.
It's just a store now, right?
Rip that guy.
Yeah, rip that guy. R.I.P.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see some of these like fields just go through the downturn.
Yeah.
But really, truly, it's not the field's fault. Some of them is the field's fault, but also too, it's become so expensive to where if I want to take my son once he's old enough to play paintball, and you don't even if you're renting, you're still spending $200.
Not at Matt's Outback Paintball.
Yeah, but on an average,
average field,
an average,
because Matt's is not the norm. Matt's is the best spot,
right? But that's what I'm saying. So you have a kid and somebody who wants to play paintball, and you go and it's $200. It's not affordable, even if you're renting a Tippmann 85. And 500, well, whatever the fuck it is.
Don't act like you didn't remember the name.
I know. I'm just poking you. Anyway, but my point is it's such an expensive sport to play.
Yeah.
Hundreds of dollars. And I played it 6 years ago, and I can only imagine how much more expensive it is now.
I almost died when I saw our Dallas tab. It was very, very expensive.
Yeah. How many cases did you guys shoot in Dallas?
I think it was 74.
Jesus. Yeah,
and
thankfully we get a good price on paint.
To put that in perspective, it's 74 cases times $30 a case, so you can do the math on that. It's too much. And that's just on paint. It's on entry.
That's only $200
You need to go back to second
per
grade.
person.
Yeah.
No, I'll try 4.
Yeah. 4.
Well, yeah, but it's
and that's a steal.
It's 2 days of real paintball.
Yeah,
3 days for them.
3.
Well,
we suck less. It made Sunday.
Yeah, but
we suck.
Wait. Did you make it out of the first round of Sunday?
Oh, yeah. We played 3rd and 4th. We got 3rd. It's not that great.
They get to the semis. Yeah. They lost in the semis and then won the third place game.
I will say this. At least you made third, because that's no joke. That's like no bullshit paintball, right?
Yeah.
Place in third place, but I don't care. We've talked about this before. When you hit, like, you're battling for third and fourth place and you take fourth place,
that's right.
You're like, we shouldn't have even played the game. We should have just gave them the fucking game.
Right.
Because this sucks.
Yes, fourth is definitely the worst.
That's the worst, because you spend the most money and you don't get on the podium. It's like a double whammy of shit, you know?
Oh,
absolutely.
But so a lot of Rust.
Wait, so Rust is the survival open sandbox game.
Imagine Minecraft, but with more 13-year-old squeakers with guns.
Yeah, my there was an AIE server for a while.
Yeah,
Coralie was running it. I never played it because
that seems like it'd be right up Coralie's alley.
Yeah, but like, well, he plays everything. I can't. I get
Rust is very hard game to get into.
I'm gonna ask this question now, and I'm sorry I'm ruining your opening section because I will forget.
Okay,
100%. They, on a podcast I was listening to, they asked a question: did MMO games ruin your first player game experience?
First person shooter?
No. Just like
a single player game.
Like experience? A single player game. Have you ever played a game like well, you're not an MMO player.
I was gonna say no.
Yeah. See, for me, it did, because it's never ending. The game doesn't end.
It makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no ending. Like, you can play Skyrim for 400 hours, but eventually you've done everything in the game that you could possibly do.
Yeah,
yes,
release all the big stuff. Yeah.
Right.
For me, no. The answer to that question for me is no, because I don't like MMOs anyways. I don't like having other people walking around my immersion story. Like, I like to get lost in whatever world I'm walking around in. I don't want to see, Pussy Slayer 69420 XXX walking by when I'm like trying to be in like a dungeon,
Makes sense.
And I'm the opposite. Like, when we were doing the new content in Destiny on Tuesday night, we were in this area and there was like 20 other players surrounding us, killing all the spots. I thought that was so rad. Like, I wasn't in a party with them, but it was so rad that I was able to do that with them
and participate.
Yes.
See, like
a public event.
Yeah,
it was a public event, so there's 20 guardians all around. Like, that's awesome to me.
No,
I really like Destiny, but the problem is, like, my friend group was really weird about games, so like they got bored because you actually had to like grind and like play the game to get progress. Like
Burrow. Okay, listen, Tuesday nights 9 p.m. just come play.
I really don't even own the game on.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free to play.
So you can start. You can do your New Light experience in like a few missions for free, and then you have to buy the expansion. But honestly, like, play like Nick did. Well, Nick bought the expansion.
Yeah,
but like, you can do the New Light campaign, which is what, like 2 hours, 3 hours worth of content.
I think almost 4.
So like, you play the New Light campaign, you learn how to play the game, and after that experience, you're gonna be like, okay, I want to continue playing this, and pay something, or no, I don't. But you get essentially 3 to 4 hours for free.
Yeah,
for me, that's plenty.
Oh, that's completely fair for a game. Honestly, free to play is awesome.
Well, like, what is Steam's? I think you can play a game for 2 hours.
I think it's either 2 or 4 before you can return it.
I think it's 2.
Yeah.
If you download it and never play it, I think it's like 30 days.
Yeah.
Oh no, I should return Battlefield. Crap.
Oh, it's too late for that. But
yeah.
Well, Gator from the Guardian Downcast.
Yeah.
He was all in on Battlefield.
Yep.
Like, I was all in on it too. Like, I didn't even play the beta because it just sounded so bad. But like, I loved Battlefield. What was it? Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Battlefield 4.
Yes.
Dude, we played the shit out of Battlefield 4.
Yeah, we played a lot of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Bad Company 2 as well.
Well, Bad Company 2 was the first game that introduced the destructive like world.
Yep. That was great.
But like,
remember, our whole paintball team would play it.
Yes. But
and
like,
it was the same squad that would play Modern Warfare 2 together.
Yes.
Yep. That whole.
But like the whole I don't know what it was about 2042, but like, Gator spent like $100 on a pre-order.
Really?
And it's just
it's just
I spent 60 and I literally haven't even downloaded the game on my client.
Well, dude, if Jamie looks up the current Steam player base playing, it's like 300 people. Like, imagine trying to get into a game.
So
unless you're playing like what you got to Google what the most popular
server is.
So yeah, find out what like the most popular game mode is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just be able to play that.
That's terrible. Yeah.
Like-
I just saw like Angry Joe did a breakdown. They did like a developer update, and it's like, oh, like we noticed all of our buildings are super duper empty, and like all the hallways are just bare. So we added like boxes of ammo crates and like sandbags everywhere, so you can actually like feel like you're fighting in it.
Oh,
like-
so they actually made the game like make sense. So they should have been on launch, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
oh,
that's
so you
really
added, and we
awesome.
added a scoreboard that they didn't have a scoreboard that you could look up
Wait.
during the game.
Whoa.
Like,
See,
which is
but
so stupid.
but the thing I'm going to say
That
is,
should come with the
at
base
what
game.
point is it not the developer's fault and it's the publisher? Because here we go. Oh, this is going to hurt to say because I fucking hate Sony.
Yeah.
When does Sony release a game that doesn't work? Never.
Yeah, all their exclusives are great.
Right.
Honestly.
On launch.
On
like,
launch.
sure,
Like,
of course, there's
literally-
going to be a bug or two. Like, it's
Yeah.
a game.
Like for example, like God of War, PS4, great. Hey, both Horizons, great.
So
Goes to
I-
Shishi-
Here's my,
goes
to
wait, here's
Tsushima,
my
very
argument.
polished.
Here's my argument for you. You're talking about single player games, like not strictly because
That's
Battlefield's
true.
main draw. I don't even. Is there even a campaign? In
No.
Battlefield?
Not,
So
not
Battlefield's main draw is an online multiplayer game with hundreds of players in a lobby.
Yeah, but
it's
okay.
definitely more complicated.
Yeah, but
the point is like
it's a Sony first party
I don't.
game.
I don't
Doesn't
disagree.
No. It's
You
but
should be
you
right.
but you are disagreeing with me because
I'm-
you're saying how this is an online game, but in versus single player games. I'm just saying like the Sony first party games don't release broken. And
Right.
whether it's a single player game or not,
Fair, I
shit can still be broken. Like
Right.
their online multiplayer capacity on launch was good. Like you could get into a game. Their server, their custom servers worked. All that shit worked. It was just the game was broken.
right,
That's a developer thing. That is not a
like game
Public-
style
Like
game.
Yes.
forcing the game to be released.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes down to EA.
Yeah.
It seems like everything that EA touches just
It's
sucks.
terrible.
Dies.
Yeah.
Rip.
Well, and the only thing, honestly, like, why FIFA, in my opinion, is so popular? Because they figured out those, like, the team, what is it
My
called?
team. My team.
Is
Yeah.
that what it's called with those cards?
Yes.
Yeah, the
yes.
online thing.
The buying the packs. Yeah.
Yeah. They figured that out. And then,
Same with Madden. It's like literally free money. They just print it.
Yep.
yeah, but I thought, is Madden even a thing anymore?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Still, it's not. I don't think it's as big as FIFA because people around the world don't care about
Football.
American
Yeah,
football.
but what I'm saying is even here, like, it used to be when people played, like, back in the day, people played Madden, like, religiously.
yeah,
Now, I honestly don't know anybody that plays it.
me neither.
And maybe it's just because I'm old and I'm an MMO player now.
No,
Yeah.
like none of my friends. Well, actually, fairness, some of my friends who watch sports. Like I'm usually the one in my friend group that actually cares about anything that's like a professional sport. So
That's true.
honestly, what I like kids nowadays is watching esports. To be truthful, like
Yeah,
Valorant's big, CS:GO is still huge, League of Legends is massive.
Well,
Dota.
League of Legends is an interesting conversation because I think they're planning for the future because they're making a full-blown MMO right now.
that's
like-
sweet.
So think about all those players that play League of Legends. Now they release a full-blown MMO.
Yeah,
In a TV show,
and a TV show they're coming out with too.
But that's what I'm saying. So like you're about to be immersed, especially when the society of MMO players, it's like all the MMOs are slowly like dwindling down.
Yeah, like Warcraft, obviously. Well,
Yeah, like they're
Warcraft.
coming out with an expansion, but like it's never going to be like it was.
right.
And League of Legends is like, hey, fuck you, everybody. We're going to make a real MMO. People are going to,
Flock to it.
right. Like Amazon did it with New World. And in the beginning, it was super popular, but like they didn't flesh out their end game.
they ran out of content, right?
Right.
From my understanding, okay. I never
Yeah,
played it.
Yeah,
but
there was
that's
no
what I heard.
end game. Like in SWTOR or Warcraft, there's raiding. You know what I mean? Destiny, there's raiding. There's
Or like
Grandmaster Knife
ranked
also.
PvP stuff.
But they
you
don't
can do
even
too.
call Destiny an MMO, which it completely fucking is.
Destiny's definitely an MMO.
Yeah, but they don't call it that. They call it a looter shooter.
No,
Sandbox looter shooter.
Yeah, but it's. An
I would disagree.
MMO.
I would almost disagree. It's a sandbox to a certain extent. It's more like you're saying it's an MMO.
But
It's- yeah, but you have instanced areas. It's not really.
Well-
it's not really.
well, it's
sandboxing.
instant.
That's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
it's
It's not-
there's
definitely not
crazy
sandbox.
exploring.
Yeah, I know, but like if you start like a mission in Destiny, you're in like a decently linear section that you go do the mission in. Granted, you can
Well,
come
yeah,
out of there.
yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes. But like, if you're just exploring the moon, there's like cracks and crevices that go down into like pits,
Right.
like endless pits where there's crazy bosses. Like,
Yep.
Anyway, Jacob, what's your favorite game style? I'm sorry.
So I'm more of a shooter guy, like in general. So I grew up playing Halo, Call of Duty, Destiny. I guess you could say Minecraft is technically not a shooter, but like a first person. I'm a more first person guy. Like so, like playing League of Legends is a completely different step out of a genre for me.
Yeah.
So like our teammate Fernando like introduced me to the game, and like I'm very competitive, and I hate like being bad. So I was very bad at the game. I still am very bad now, but I want to learn to get better.
Yeah, League of Legends is definitely a how do I say it?
Like a steep learning curve.
A steep learning curve, just like Dota was. Like I played Dota or even like StarCraft.
Yeah.
Like StarCraft, it's more of a typing game, and I'm a terrible typer, so like I was never good at it.
Yeah, you got the fastest 2 fingers in Western Mass.
Right. But like I guess Minecraft. I like Minecraft in creator mode because you can just like explore and dig as deep as you want.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of like the monsters coming after you.
Yeah, and you like got to put the torches up and everything.
Yeah, like
I mean, I can understand why they put that as a mechanic though, because you need to do something, right?
oh yeah, for sure.
You need to like put some stakes to what you're doing. So
But like, yeah,
that's why I like Rust, like because it's kind of like you got your build what you want, build how you want, but also it's like you got your PvP / like gotta go do things like do the card rooms. Actually, it was a huge update that came out today. It's on the playtest server. They completely overhauled all of the gun recoil
for Rust.
Yes, so Zen, if you're listening, I know you're hating this already.
Yeah,
they basically took out any skill gap in the game and they made the recoil a straight down pull for every single gun, more or less. And before, like the AK spray, you literally had to sit there for probably over 200 hours
to memorize the recoil
like you
pattern.
have to go right, left, like down for like 4 bullets, right for 3 bullets, and just it was all like I don't even know it. I probably have 600 hours in the game. I haven't even looked at the AK spray because I don't even care to.
Wow. Yeah. So if you don't know to translate a little bit, like the guns have decently realistic recoil. Like you really need to control for it with your mouse. Or if you're playing it, I don't know if you can even play that with a controller, or if you'd want to.
It's on Xbox and PS4 now, I believe.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you need to account for that recoil in order to get the gun to stay on target, like manually with your hand.
Stay on target.
And you have to memorize the recoil pattern. It's not just like straight up or straight down. So they now they're changing it so that it is straight up and straight down.
So
right?
another reasoning they're doing it is it's every gun you shoot is a random pattern to a certain extent, but it's more or less straight up and down.
Yeah.
Because the problem is people are using things called scripts. And it's not aimbot. It's not detectable. Basically, you run it in the background and it makes it so you have no recoil. You still have to aim.
Yeah.
You still have to have a brain. You still have to have movement.
Yeah.
You can't see through walls, but your aim is perfect every time.
Yeah, but it gets rid of the recoil.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is also to combat scripters.
Right. I get you.
And also a thing, like I was talking like our Rust group I'm in, like we talked about today, like this might actually increase the player base because the skill gap to playing the game isn't as high.
Right. Well,
to shoot at a shooting level.
What I'll say is, any game like that, anytime they make the game more new player friendly, it's good for the game.
It is.
Right? Like any game, Destiny, I think Destiny, and Nick can talk about it. Like I think BioWare's SWTOR's new player experience, like creating a character is fantastic, but I feel like if you've never played a game like that and you land, I feel like you're lost.
That's how I
right
was for sure.
Where like Destiny's New Light campaign, their tutorial, I think is pretty good because they basically baby you through the steps,
teach you how to play the game.
Right, teach you how to play the game.
Yeah, I will say as a person who I'm not an MMO person, but I've played both, obviously. So I will say Destiny's is way, way better than BioWare.
Right, but I feel like once you've played SWTOR for a long time, or like a couple months, the game is easier to understand than Destiny. Because like Destiny, once you finish the New Light campaign, you're like, they show you this destination screen, and you're like, well, I don't know where to go. And there's no screen that says, see this green circle? If you see this somewhere on the map, you have a mission there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that like gives you a narrative to like where to go. And so it's like, oh, congratulations, you're a new player. Good luck.
That's the problem with Rust. Like, if you're new, you literally you spawn. You're on the as a YouTuber called Blueprint. You're on the beach with a rock, and that's all you have, and a torch. That's it. And like, there's no true tutorial to tell you to play the game because
it's a survival sandbox. They don't want to tell you how to play the game.
In the map, there's all these monuments, and then you get scraps like the currency. Then you get tech tree inside workbenches to get better guns and da da da.
But that's a survival game. That's like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, same way. You land, they give you the little like tutorial how to fly and how to swing a sword, and your shit breaks and then you're fucked. All that stuff. But like
solid.
Yeah, but like that's a sandbox game. Like Rust is made to not have rules. If you're on a good, but here's the other thing. But if you're on a good server where like you're not on the beach and somebody just comes over and mutilates you, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely like you talk about endgame. Sorry, like compared to Destiny. Well, at a certain point, like you have a base, you have walls, you have guns infinitely. But then you need to get GP, like by getting sulfur. You have to go farm stuff,
right?
And then you go raid other people to take their stuff.
Yes,
and like it actually like and every server like so some servers are weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And so depending on your server you're on, like a monthly server, you could play the first week, get absolutely, you're talking about get rolled, but then next week, wait a week, go back, and then people are coming and leaving the server constantly. Personally, we all play like weekly servers. So weekly servers usually wipe a Monday or Thursday.
Wait, you have to start over every week?
Yes.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
No, dude. So honestly,
so you need it though, because people
get
how
the game works.
Dug in and then.
No, I know how the game works.
But like, so there's things called blueprints, right?
Yeah.
So every wipe, you have to learn your blueprints. But after you learn the first week, I honestly don't know how long the period is. You have them back every week. So all you have to do is just farm to get scrap and get components to craft things, and you're ready to go again. Like honestly, the first week sucks. You have to get scrap. You have to build. It's like basically you have to juggle building your base, and getting scrap. It's like, do I need to scrap all this stuff, or I need to build guns? You know,
right?
Yeah.
The hard part too is
reward.
Right, but the hard part too is like you're not. It's not like, how do I say it? It's not new player friendly.
Oh, absolutely not. Like there's so many monuments and like little sound. Like for instance, I was playing with my friend. I don't know how to describe. Basically, it's a place underwater, right? You have to like swim there to get it with dive tanks. And in Rust, there's obviously proximity chat. So I literally watched a video. I used this technique. So I was cold. If you're cold, you start like slowly dying, which makes sense. So I was literally cold. I was literally dying. I told the guy above me in proximity chat because he was camping us, like, I'm down. Can you come pick me up? I wasn't down at all. I'm sitting there just stinting myself and bandaging, but he can't hear the audio. So he, for some reason, comes down, swims up right into my arms. I kill him, take all of his shit, and I leave. Just because I used a game mechanic against him and he wasn't smart enough to realize I was trying to trick him.
Wait, so he could not hear you bandaging yourself?
So if you stim, there's an audio cue. If you bandage, there's 0 sound cue. So I was just sitting there just slowly topping my health off just in case. But if you're swimming in water in Rust, you can't shoot your gun. You can only use a melee weapon at best. So I literally just, in the dive tanks, I make this loud like noise like the entire time. It's deafening if you're like just listening for sound. So I just let him come up to me. I shoot him and I take all of his stuff and I leave. And there's all chat. So as soon as I did it, you already know he was just like banging away, crying, calling me a loser. But hey, that's part of the game.
Well, it's an open world PvP game.
Yeah.
It's a gank box, basically.
Yep.
You're going to get killed.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of Escape from Tarkov is a gank box
too,
I feel like.
Dude, that game, I bought it like Josh and I one of our friends, our paintball team, tried to play it.
Yeah.
Unless you know what you're doing, I'm like pretty smart. I was like, I can't play this game.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, you have to learn how.
The maps are like you literally had to have a map open, unless you really know the server.
In like another screen or something.
And I have 3 monitors. I was struggling. Like you have to have a map open, and you have to know where you are on the map in the game because you don't have a map in the game unless you buy it and bring it in with you.
Right.
So you pull up a third party one, but then it's like, oh shit, where am I? And then there's all the extracts, and there's like, say there's 20 on the map, you get 3.
Yeah, there's a dude. There's a dude that I know that plays it, and he plays it pretty seriously. And the game is pretty awesome.
100%.
But again, my whole point, I guess, here is you have to invest yourself into a game.
Yeah.
And if you're not invested and you're just playing Cold War, Call of Duty Cold War, just to play a game for fucking 2 weeks in a row.
Trash. Sorry.
Well, that is, listen, Call of Duty Cold War is way better than Vanguard and way better than Modern Warfare or any Infinity War game.
Disagree. I would say Modern Warfare is probably the best Call of Duty we've had in 5 years. Personally,
I disagree.
I will say it's the most polished.
Yeah,
but
that's because
visually
of the,
great,
yeah,
and
that's the engine. I mean, that's the
engine was awesome.
Well, no, it's the same. They all build on the same engine, but the Treyarch Call of Duty is the best.
Oh,
Call
I
of
don't.
Duty.
Black Ops 2. I was actually talking about Nick, so we were texting about it because I heard in one of your podcasts you said Cold War's the best. I like texted him like on spot. I was like, you did not tell me that Cold War is better than Black Ops 2.
Yeah, but
you can't.
It's hard. You can't compare Black Ops 2 to Cold War because when Black Ops 2 was here, you were probably in high school.
Oh no, I wasn't even in high school.
But that's what I'm saying. So you played that morning till night with all of your closest friends.
I was so young at the time. Like I didn't really play it until after the game was like
old,
dead. Like until they're in Ghosts. Like Ghost was the first Call of Duty that I like bought on launch. And played.
And that game was terrible.
And actually, that game was fun once you realized how to abuse the perk system. Because you could have like 8 perks if you knew how to do it right.
It was
you needed a god roll essentially.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the Treyarch Call of Duties are definitely the best.
They're definitely my favorite.
I said they should have I said this to you earlier once again, like if you take Black Ops 2, you put all the DLC in it, everything, you remaster it completely, updated graphics, you sell it for $60, I'll buy it. But it has to have everything. It can't be like you nickel and dime me for DLC. I want everything.
They're gonna though. They would. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think to finish the Call of Duty thought, I think Modern Warfare 2019 is the most polished, meaning like it. They all have a little bit of bugs and stuff. But I will say, I don't even mean just the graphics because the Black Ops series does something different graphically. They go for an art style and not like photorealistic.
Right.
Compared to like the Infinity Ward versions. But like I think even in terms of the gameplay fleshed out, that's when they introduced Warzone. Like there was many more features in that game than there were in Cold War.
Well, so here's the big one for me. Is so I don't know how, but I know that Infinity War somehow got the Warzone rights.
Yeah.
But as far as I understand, the next Warzone that comes out will be a Treyarch Warzone.
It's already done. Is it Vanguard? Wait, wasn't it already out? Oh no, I'm incorrect. So they brought Cold War guns.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, they brought Cold War guns into Warzone.
Yeah, but that's
no. I'm talking about a full Treyarch Warzone
and Treyarch engine.
Well, they did
that. Warzone still has that Infinity Ward.
They did that on Black Ops 4. It was called what was it called? They had a battle royale on Black Ops 4.
Yeah, but it was still using the Infinity War.
No, it was
Black Ops 4 was before.
Yes, it was before. It was.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not. I'm talking about a real battle royale.
It was a battle royale.
Yeah, but you can't. No battle royale is anything until Warzone.
Right.
That's fair.
Like you know what I mean. Like
Warzone Blackout. Sorry, it was called Blackout.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but that was like Warzone beta.
Right.
They're like, we're gonna just make a mode and we're gonna throw people in it and see what they think, and then we're gonna watch Apex and Battlefield made one and
Fortnite.
Fortnite, but then they made one, and honestly, like Call of Duty's Warzone is the best battle royale.
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
maybe not now because
they have Apex.
Well, no, it's because of the cheaters, dude.
I saw as soon as the I was talking about the cold weapons came into play, and then like the cheating really started because in console you could kind of avoid it because you weren't playing against a lot of PC players.
Yeah,
but as soon as I started getting cheaters in the lobby, I was done. Like I know Bly talked about it too. Like the game got boring because everyone used the same 4 guns. Like endgame, your endgame was the same 4 guns, and that's all you saw. And it was like, why are we here?
Well, it's because that's the meta. So in anything, somebody's going to play something so much to know what guns are the best.
Yeah.
And once people know what the best guns are, that's all they're going to use. Nobody's going to care anyway.
True.
Yeah. Anyways, Nick, what have you been up to?
So as you alluded to, why is Steam opening right now?
Probably updated on your PC.
It did. So couple quick things. So Jacob is here in person at the Penthouse Suite, if you couldn't tell, which is pretty awesome. And so is Marcus. So we've got a real live podcast. And when he came here, because I'm such a great friend and I care so much about his physical health and well-being, I iced him twice. If you don't know what that is, icing somebody is a very fun game that us degenerates play with each other, where you take a Smirnoff Ice, the terribly overly carbonated wine cooler, and hide it somewhere. And if one of your friends stumbles upon it, they have to immediately chug it, which is
on site.
So like,
and unless you're Greg, you don't bitch out.
Right. So typically you have to take a knee too. I think that's the rule. I like using that rule. That's not always enforced. But
yeah, but like I don't feel like you have to take a knee.
Yeah, take a knee.
Like
you just got to get it down as fast as humanly possible.
Right. Like if you just pound it and like don't even bitch, don't even complain. Sure.
Right.
If you bitch and complain like a little bitch and you
Like Greg.
get on your knees and do it, like, okay, I can understand the whole, like,
get a knee,
get taken a knee and all that. Like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I believe, like, if you don't take it, it should be poured on your head.
That's a great rule that I will start enacting.
Because, like,
hear me out.
fucking,
especially if it's like outdoors, you know?
right.
I think water on the head would be more fair because you're at that point you're just wasting an ice opportunity. You might as well just dump a bottle of water on their head because then you can re-ice someone with it.
No,
Marcus
because
is
you
saying,
want it to be all
right,
sticky and
you
terrible.
can't see what Marcus is saying.
They're gonna do it. Like, it's like the golden rule. You have to.
Yeah.
Unless you're Greg.
Like, the only way I would say no is if, like, we were about to walk on the field for a match or, like, something important was about to happen.
Yeah, like
like sure. Because, like, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Or
on my fucking wedding day, in the back of the church where the sign said no alcoholic beverages past this point, we were pounding beer in the back fucking thing.
my God,
And all my friends were handing me beers like, dude, you're going to need another one. Guys, I'm going to piss my pants. You'll be fucking fine. Suck it up. Suck it up.
Dude, we drank a lot of beer at your
Dude,
wedding.
you guys drank an entire bottle of Fireball before the bus even got there.
It was just me and Matt.
Matt and Nick. Matt and Nick were the first ones to show up to my hotel room. I stayed with my buddy Rick G.
Oh my God.
And the night before the wedding, like we went to a bar, we had drinks. It was great. We had such a great time. I was not wasted. I did so good. We show up to the thing and not prior to.
Okay, yeah.
So we get back to the hotel and Rick's like, "Hey dude, I brought some craft beer." I'm like, "What the fuck is craft beer?" At this point I was drinking CL Smooths.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go wrong with the Coors Light.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I got this awesome pumpkin beer."
Yeah.
I was like, "Pumpkin beer? What the fuck is that?" He's like, "Delicious."
Oh, so I see. You went to the bar. This is the night prior.
Yes.
I got it.
And so that night I pounded a 22-ounce pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
Only to find out it was like 11% beer.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was fucking wasted.
Yeah, you basically drank a bottle of wine.
Yeah, like I was white girl wasted.
After going to the bar. And
then the next morning, dude, I couldn't move. I threw up a couple times that night. Like, I was dead. Nick and Matt knocked on the door.
Probably what, like 10 o'clock or something?
No, it was like fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. I opened the door and they were like, "What the fuck happened to you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm like, they're like, "Dude, this is unacceptable. We need to go get breakfast. Like, you need to fucking snap out of this. You're getting married to." I'm like, "Oh." So they take me to eat breakfast and I'm like eating pancakes, like one bite at a time, like, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, we get breakfast. They get me some coffee and I'm doing okay. I still feel like complete dog shit.
Yeah, you rallied eventually.
Oh, of course I rallied. It's my fucking wedding. I had to rally.
Yeah.
Well, then my other brother-in-law showed up and he had the cooler full of beer and booze. And sure shit, there was a bottle of Fireball in there. Nick and Matt started pounding this bottle of Fireball. And they were passing it around. And then my barber showed up and shaved everybody's face and got everybody just like perfectly, fresh lineup before the wedding, all that stuff. And I'll never forget, we got on the bus and Nick's wasted, Matt's wasted. They're just giggling.
Literally, I had trouble standing up straight.
Yeah.
Like in front of at the reception for photos.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Anyway, so
I didn't mean to get that.
So, when we got on the trolley, everybody's like, "Where's the Fireball?" It's gone. What do you mean it's gone? Where's the bottle of vodka? And I just went, it got drank. You can't bring a cooler full of booze and beer into a guy's hotel room
for like
and not
3 hours
for like 3 hours and not expect us all to drink it. And they were like, "Fuck!" And they ended up stopping at a store and buying more beer or something like that. But
as you should.
And just we're gonna just shout out Storm and Norman.
That
dude had his tampon in that day because he was so mad at Nick that he was wasted. I looked at him and said, "Are you kidding me? He's in a wedding. Of course he's wasted." He's gotta. I was like, he doesn't have to do anything but dance and go home. That's it. That's his job.
Right. Her job was to dance, which I did.
Yes.
I danced a lot.
Moving on.
So speaking of Storm and Norman, I'll give
wait. Back to your fail for Monday.
Well, no, this is still on the icing thing.
Right.
So anyways, I iced Jacob. I left one out on the island in the middle of the kitchen as soon as he walked in. Boom, bam. That was number one. Then I put out two thinking he would find one or the other. I didn't really expect him to find both right away. But then we had pizza earlier because Marcus's family came over and hung out for dinner. So we had leftover pizza and I put one in the pizza box.
Because he knows
because
I'll eat.
I knew Jacob was going to eat something eventually. So he opens it. So he drinks one. We're chatting. He's like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Then, I don't know, 5 minutes later, not even, he's like eating like chips from the gas station or something. And we're like, we have real food. Just go eat pizza. I was like, oh my God, I put the ice in there. Sure enough, boom, bam, ice number 2. So, of course, I took a video of him. And the first one was pretty slow. And the second one was tragic. So,
but he did it. So I don't judge anybody on their chugging beer
speed. No, if you do it right away, you get that's like 90.
I don't care.
I feel like that's like 80% of the credit.
I don't care if you can chug fast. Like that doesn't make you more of a man or a woman or
a person or
a person or
make you more awesome.
Right. It just makes it that you sucked it up and did it.
Right.
You did your job.
Right.
I always do my job.
So kudos for doing your job.
Yeah.
But Storm and Norman, I sent the Snapchat to Storm and Norman of the video you doing it, and he goes, "Poor kid, that's brutal." ... But your 63-year-old dad could drink that faster.
Ooh.
I mean, hey, you guys are the alcoholic family. You taught me how to do it, so I gotta start somewhere.
That is fair.
I'm pretty sure I've only had like 20 beers in my entire life, so
okay, I think you're over that. You've had 20 margaritas or more in your whole life.
Whoa, slow down.
I haven't seen you chug
My
3
mom might
in
listen to this
one evening.
Hey.
So anyways,
there's no actual proof that ever happened. Just check my credit card.
Anyways, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I had a mega fail on Monday for stream. As Joey Feta and Marcus last week predicted, I completely forgot to download The Witcher 3. It was like 7:45, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not going to have it downloaded because I stream at 8:30.
And you played COD.
And so I played Call of Duty because it was just fun. As in terms of a backup game, I don't regret picking that because I had a lovely time. It's fun to just mess around in multiplayer.
I really want to get you playing Valorant with us.
I would definitely play Valorant. I just need to
see, like Valorant is a game with like skill. Like, you ever play Counter-Strike?
No.
Oh, so it's like a Counter-Strike, but like progression and
Overwatch.
Yeah. I thought it was more like Counter-Strike.
Well, it's
I'm saying it's
mechanics.
Counter-Strike gunplay with Overwatch abilities.
Right. So like, I feel like that's a skill-based game, and if you want to like do esports or something, that's a good game to do it.
Yeah, I could get into that for sure.
Dude, Fernando played that game. He was legit he was like, I was playing Jet, who was like the main like carry, I guess, champion agent. And he was like literally just, I think he was playing like Brimstone or Omen, which basically is a support character.
Okay.
And he was literally just
he
was just watching me murder these poor kids. Like, so I have a Smurf account. It's like level 5, and I'm playing against kids that literally haven't picked up the game. I'm just like running around and killing everyone every round.
Well, I feel like
not ranked, by the way. I was not Smurfing in ranked. I would never do that. That's offensive. Anyways.
Yeah, but you used your Smurf account so that you could play with
casual games.
Play casual with Fernando, who's brand new.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm with you. I would definitely play Valorant.
So are you saying Monday night you're going to be actually playing The Witcher?
Yeah.
Did you already download it so it's ready to go?
No, but I will.
You should do it.
Can we get the over-under on if he's going to do it?
Oh, I say like the chance of him playing Witcher on Monday is like 8.75%.
Well, so here's the deal. If I download it tonight, once we stop recording, it'll be done. But if I wait until Monday to do it, I'm gonna forget.
So when he forgets to download it until Monday,
no, he's not gonna do it because as soon as we're done recording, he's gonna have to edit the podcast, and then he's gonna get sidetracked to TikTok or whatever the fuck it is. Then he's gonna get in his head, and he's gonna be wondering like, do I bring 3 pairs of underwear on vacation or do I bring 2?
Because I got to pack after this.
Right, exactly. He's not downloading the game, so everybody be prepared for another Call of Duty or
how much is Valorant? $60?
Free.
Oh,
rounds of free Valorant and so Riot. So hang on. Let me explain it this way. So when you first download Valorant, I think there's 11 agents, maybe more now. I also don't know the number.
Okay.
And you get like 5 or 6 of the default ones. Then the first like 2 levels, you get like free unlocks, and after that, you have to unlock it by just playing the game.
Okay.
Or you can buy them, but I wouldn't do that. Just play the game.
Yeah.
It's easier, it's free.
Well, so I agree and I disagree. So I'm going to talk about this. So Destiny just came out with the new season,
yes.
Right? So the new season pass is included in my digital deluxe edition of the game, right?
Okay.
Here's the problem. They released this other shit where there's now payable content and you get a bundle's worth of shit. It's like $10.
Okay.
Right? So do you pay the money up front and you can buy like your ranks in your season pass right away as well?
Yeah.
So you just pay the 2,000 silver, $20, and you're maxed out in your season pass and be done, in the sense of you don't have to grind, but you unlock all the cool things that, like, all the mods, the seasonal mods, right away. I mean, or do you just spend 4 months grinding it out to see if you can unlock everything? You know what I mean? So some of the big streamers are like, I'm just going to pay it because I'm going to beat it anyways, but then I unlock everything, so I'm ready for end game sooner.
Right. Yeah.
Rather than having to grind the pass out.
And then it's content.
And then you're doing the end of season content
earlier.
But then that shortens your lifespan of the game, because you're going to be like, all right, I've done everything 5 times. I'm done playing this. Off to Elden Ring.
It depends on what you want to do, I guess, you know.
Well, it happened with Rainbow Six too. Like Rainbow Six Siege, when the game first came out, there was like 8 so like
now
it's fantastic.
Now there's like so the thing is, now like you're talking about, you can buy a pass now that goes season 1 through 5, bang, all your operators.
Valorant
doesn't have it yet because there's not enough.
Yeah, but they're just making money, right? Like,
I mean, skins, dude. I don't even.
Well, yeah, but they learned that from Fortnite,
right?
You know, the skins, dude. But everybody wants the space Barbie. Everybody wants to look good.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And like, I bought some armor in Destiny, and like, it looks good, but I still wear the one that I earned because I grinded the fuck out of that game to get that armor. And people are like, "Oh, you could look so much better." I fucking earned this gear, and it looks dope.
It does look dope,
but
that's like the white, silvery, shiny one. Right?
Yeah. But like, you have to. I guess what I'm saying is the free to play model is the way to go, because you can charge so much for the extras,
yes, sir,
which people want. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes just pay for the content and be done with it. First person shooters have really become free to play games.
That's what it should be, because that keeps the player base high.
Yeah.
But it also promotes cheating.
Well, yeah, it promotes cheating.
Yeah.
Because you're not
catch-22.
Yeah, because if you have a $10 or $20 fee, all those cheaters aren't gonna just. They may not pay the $20.
They make a new.
They'll go make a different character in a different game that's free, so they can hack and whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway.
So the other thing for me, you know, like I said, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I've been ironing and packing and other boring adult.
You haven't done anything.
I ironed a bunch of clothes. I took out the suitcase.
Wow.
Actually, I did put together my suit outfits, which is 2 outfits for. I have to wear a semi-formal outfit Friday night, and then tomorrow night, and then a full formal suit and tie Sunday night. Then I have a Captain America costume I have to wear Saturday night. Why are there crickets right now?
So you guys
hate it so bad here.
Me and Marcus, so you guys obviously can't see us, but basically just like looking at each other, and like as Nick's making all these excuses.
All right, so I'm just gonna be honest here.
Excuses for what?
Like, see, that is no, I know, but I'm thinking about we vacation very differently.
Yeah,
because my motherfucking vacation is basketball shorts and a t-shirt, and like, don't fucking call. Don't write. I ain't dressing up for nobody. I'm going to sit at the pool, sit at the beach, and do nothing.
Well, yeah, that's my normal vacation, but this is a different vacation.
No, I understand that. I just like.
What are you doing on vacation, Nick?
So this is a. All right, this is going to be a hefty sidebar. So this weekend we're going up to Mount Washington in New Hampshire so my dad works for a grocery store chain on the East Coast. He's an executive there, and there's a food lobbying group called the MFA, Mass Food Association, that lots of food companies are part of in New England. So we're talking like grocery stores, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Polar Seltzers, like prepared foods companies that make like the grinders that you buy.
Yes,
like,
basically like
the mac and cheese you might buy from a grocery store in the case that's like ready to heat up. The company that makes that stuff sends people to
It's a big convention.
Yeah, it's a big convention. But this group normally is a lobbying group for laws that are food based or whatever for all these food based
more plastic.
Yeah, whatever it is. So in order to celebrate their lobbying efforts or whatever, just for fun because they're business people and they love partying, they rent out the entire Mount Washington Resort and Hotel in New Hampshire for the weekend, and it's like a 5-star hotel. And so if you're invited to the convention, you bring like your family and stuff. My dad's on like the board, so that he would keep getting invited because it's super fun. And they have events for kids all during the day and adults at night, and like for all age ranges, kids, teens, whatever. Like I've talked about winning a video game contest before when I was when I was 12, and it was supposed to be the teen video game contest, and it was at this place.
Right. So you've been basically going there your whole life.
Yeah. So I've been going since I was 8.
That's awesome.
Took a couple years off for COVID things, obviously, because they shut the whole thing down. But now this is the first year back since COVID.
They shut it down.
Yeah. So there's each
They're yelling timber.
You better move. You bet. Anyways, every year there's a theme. So like one year was Pirates of the Caribbean themed. One year was like space themed or something. One year was like, I don't know, all different funky themes, right? Medieval one year. And so like each company's group has a costume. So the theme this year is heroes. And the company my dad works for group is choosing to do like all these Captain America shirts essentially. And you wear like a shield and Funky America glasses. And then on the back it says like Captain of something that's unique to you. So anyways, then Friday night is semi-formal for dinner. So I'm wearing like a blue blazer and button up khaki pants. And then Sunday night is like actual formal, and they do a little ceremony for Memorial Day. But yeah, so that's my vacation. So it's not a vacation, but it's not really a vacation. But the cool thing about it
for you it is because your dad is you're not going to the conferences and the meetings.
Well, there's no conferences or meetings or anything. It's just a party all weekend.
Oh, well, that's a vacation.
Yeah, it's for sure a vacation. But my point is like it's not like purely relaxing. Like I have to go to dinner and it's like fancy, and I have to talk to people that are like business people. Yeah, you're then hammered the whole fucking time. Then it's vacation.
You're good.
Yeah, I just can't.
That's all you need.
Just don't be an ass is the only rule, which is easy.
You guys gotta go to the Keller House. I'm telling you,
I'm not gonna leave because everything's free. So once you pay, you don't like breakfast, lunch, and dinner is paid for. Any extra alcoholic beverages you get, or you have to pay for.
But he just charges it to his parents' room, so like he doesn't pay a thing.
Hey, right.
Dude, I remember when Dan Bly told us the time he went to Florida.
Yeah.
They had like these Disney wristbands.
Oh yeah.
And so Bly was paying for his own drinks with his own credit card.
Okay.
And then one of the times he's paying, his sister's like, "Why don't you use your band?" He's like, "What does the band do?" Because he didn't know. It's hooked to his parents' credit card. So after that, it was bing, bing, bing.
I just got back.
Like $2,000 or something ridiculous.
All right, so
yeah, because he drinks like $25 in Disney.
Yes.
All right, so listen.
You just got back.
Yeah, we just got back from Disney, and it was the first time that we used the band.
Okay.
Legit, dude. I think we spent $500 on drinks because you don't think about it.
No, it's just
like, do you know what a margarita, sugar on the rim, and then a Sam Summer tall boy. Okay. How much do you think those two things are?
Well, what kind of tequila is in the margarita?
It was Patron.
So that's probably an $18 drink.
Wait, no, total cost. Before tip.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna think about. We'll think of two numbers, Jacob. Let's do like the normal cost and then the Disney markup. So the normal cost, I would say,
probably like 14 because we just went to like Red Robin, and my tall boy Sam Summer was like
8 or 9.
Yeah, it was like $9. No, it was $10, and like the margarita was like $7.
So I'm gonna say 25 total.
That's
for a normal price.
That's low.
Okay,
for normal price.
No, it would be a lot less than that here. I think it's like 15 to 17.
If you go
for normal price,
if you go to Red Rock, your margarita's $5 at Troy.
Red Rock.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So like, but okay, so
my guess at Disney would be like $40.
I was gonna say about $40. You know what? For the sake of it, I'm gonna say 45, just to be different.
$32.95.
Jesus Christ!
And I didn't know it.
Hurts my heart. How expensive was that beer? That was over $10
for
the beer.
It was like $14 for the beer. Okay,
Christ.
one can.
Yeah.
One can of. Have you ever heard of the beer called Fat Tire?
Yeah.
Yes.
One can of it in the store. One can. $9.99.
Oh my
God.
Lord,
for
dude.
16 or 12?
12.
Oh my God.
Like
that's
how they get you. They're like, listen, Dad's coming in here and he just wants a drink to shut these fucking kids up.
Right.
They don't even sell 6-packs. Oh no, they did. 6-pack of Bud Light was $18.99.
Oh my God.
That's like $3 for Bud
You get a 30 for
For dirty water, you're getting.
Wow. That's bananas.
But what I'm saying is the drinks are expensive, but let me tell you, they hit the spot.
Of course. You're walking around. It's hot. The kids are annoying you a little bit. You just take the edge off.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think it'll ever get to a point where you're going to be able to walk into a store and buy weed? Like a Disney World? Like if it became federally legal, because I'm just saying apples to oranges, right? Like beer, like you can walk into the store and buy a bottle of beer or a bottle of beer, a can of beer, 6-pack, 30-pack, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you ever in our lifetimes going to be able to walk into a store and buy a 5-pack of pre-rolls? You know what I'm saying?
In our lifetime, but I think it'll take a very long time.
So here's the thing too, is like not so can you just smoke a cigarette anywhere in Disney?
Yes. They have designated smoking areas.
That's why. So like it's gonna be the same situation. You can buy it like.
Okay, so what about gummy bears and
they make weed. They make weed seltzers. I have some in the fridge right now.
Right, but what I'm saying is, let me just rephrase. Do you think in our lifetime you'll be able to walk into the store and buy a THC product like you can a beer?
Oh, for sure. You like so not at a amusement park, but technically in like Mass, you can right now.
Yeah,
that's a dispensary.
Not really because
I know.
Yeah, but it's still like a package store. You walk into a package store, you buy your beer. I'm gonna get a 4-pack of
whatever
Whirlpool from what the fuck's the name? Night Shift.
Yeah.
And you go up to the counter and they say ID, please. You show them your ID, you pay for it, and you walk out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with cannabis, right? You walk into a designated store, you say I want to buy this. They hand it to you, you show them their ID, and you walk out the door.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is a place like Disney, and I'm not saying it's going to happen anytime soon, but like eventually, you don't think let's say Florida made it completely recreationally legal.
Yeah.
They'd be dumb not to.
Right. Because of the money, the money that they could make.
Think about the upcharge they can charge on weed.
Well, that's
my
Lord. Well, I'm just saying, but I know people that don't drink, but use cannabis because it really relaxes them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I know a lot of people like that. We play paintball with a bunch of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying it's just you're going to just get high as hell. What I'm saying is they're using it. People are using it for medicinal purposes. Just like some people, stress relief. Just like some days after a long fucking day, a beer is delicious to me.
Oh, of course.
Like you have a beer and you're just like,
I can breathe.
Yeah, just the one is fantastic. Or just walking around. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Just take the edge off, relax a little. I think eventually it'll be you'll see it like that in Disney.
Well,
but it's got to be widespread or anywhere.
Well, I think it's coming like federally legal. It's going to happen.
Do you know what else you're going to see at Disney?
What?
Marcus B51 and Nick Vern 51 merch shirts.
So,
that would be sweet to get it at Disney.
But did you guys know they have a merch store now? Did you know?
Yes,
they do know.
Shout out to everybody who's been buying stuff.
I know it's been flying off the shelves. Go find it now. Where's the best link for it in the Discord?
I don't even think the link is in the Discord.
Well, you posted it in the Discord.
Yeah, I pinned it to the merch show off, but you can just watch one of our streams and it pops up.
Yep.
If anything, we're not even asking you to buy anything. It's just fucking hilarious. I would say the best item on there is the pineapple hat.
The pineapple hat's very funny, and the Rip That Guy t-shirt is very funny.
Yes, Rip
too.
That Guy is definitely.
The pog face is funny. It's on your right chest.
I like that too. I got to get a pog face emote for myself.
Captain Coda made mine. The
merch store's great.
Oh my god, it's fucking funny.
You got a lot of fun products. The working class nerds flip flops.
I'm ordering those, even though I don't like thong flops. I don't like those fucking things.
They hurt my toes.
Yeah, I like those, and the dog bandana is fun too. But
if you have the problem is there's so limited choice of colors.
Yeah.
So like, and actually I messed up some of the t-shirts, so I'm actually remaking some of them because they don't have like I picked some track t-shirt when it should have been like the classic t-shirt. What's that?
Jacob would like to pee. You can just go pee.
Okay, I didn't know.
We're talking about Marcus's. We're talking about Marcus's week. It's all good.
He's got a smaller bladder than you.
Well, we also iced him twice. He had to chug 2 Smirnoff Ices. And apparently he drank a Red Bull on the way over. He said from the
I would love a Red Bull right now.
I can make coffee.
I had one. But anyway, what I was saying is like the merch is pretty cool, man. And seeing people buy it, and then like, what's going to be surreal is the day you see somebody wearing it.
I know.
And
Like
you're
out
like,
and
what the
about.
fuck are you wearing that for?
Why do you like our stuff? That's weird.
But I will say this, like my wife was saying, like I buy a lot of like new rock stars merch and all these different merch things. I'm not buying anything anymore. Everything is going to be our brand.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, it's either going to be work t-shirts or like merch t-shirts.
Right. It's great.
Very awesome.
So anyways, Marcus, how's it going and what have you been up to this week?
Well, one of the things we just talked about is merch. Please check out the merch store. Don't buy anything because it's ridiculous, but it's fucking hilarious to see some of the shit. My kids made me make kid t-shirts for Working Class Nerds, even though like it is an NSFW shirt, like podcast.
Yeah.
But like my kids want to wear a Working Class Nerd shirt. I think it's fantastic.
That is funny. Yeah, because we're obviously not kid friendly.
My daughter, it was so funny the other day. She goes, "Daddy, you're famous." I said, "What?" And she goes, "You're famous. Why?" And she goes, "Because you have a merch store. So-and-so and so-and-so I watch on YouTube Kids have a merch store." And I was like, "But Julia, I'm not famous." She goes, "You're famous, Daddy. You have a merch store." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Be their hero. Be the hero.
No, I'm not that guy. Listen, being their hero is being on my hands and knees, being the fucking donkey that they think I am, and they're riding my back, and I'm fucking hee-hawing around the fucking Nick's apartment, okay?
I wish I watched that live, you know.
That was
like,
very funny.
Yeah, but like, dude, I do whatever for my kids, man. Like, it was so fantastic. So the story of tonight is Nick needed to suck less and had to put this giant fucking air conditioner in his window.
Yeah.
And this air conditioner is like this.
It's 14,000 BTUs.
It's
Right.
massive.
This air conditioner is bigger than his house. Okay. Like this fucking thing is huge.
It's like industrial grade.
So how about this? You had to take the motor out of it in order to install it in the window. That's how big this stupid thing is.
Just the case first and set up all the extra support brackets and then slide the guts in.
Right. Stupid. I know. Anyways,
intense.
moving on. So my kid, in order to get him do it, I was like, dude, I'll just come over with the kids. We'll all have dinner. I'll grab a pizza, whatever. So they did.
Yeah, come over for dinner and then they'll have
the
dinner,
kids were like,
out.
we're tired. We don't want to go. But as soon as they were here, they're like, new house. And we're on the penthouse and they're like screaming out the window because they couldn't believe how high off the ground we are. Because our house isn't like
2
that.
stories high.
3 stories. This is the 3rd story.
Dude, we're talking about 6 and 3-year-olds, dude. It's not like
woo!
Yeah, like
they're at their heads out the window, like,
hello,
down there.
look how small the cars look, and it's like fucking adorable, right?
Yeah.
But so then they were jumping on my back, and they're like, "Be the donkey," because this all started back at Christmas. I was the Christmas donkey, and I would just crawl around my house going hee haw, hee haw, and yes, my fucking facial expression is funny, fucks. Anyways,
Can we get around too?
Nope, I'm done. Anyways, but it was great to have him here. It was just a lot of fun, and it got him out of the house. But anyway, so the merch store done. Thanks everybody for checking out the stream. Stream's been growing a lot. It's fucking awesome, and seeing it this week. We got the new season of Destiny 2.
Yep.
Which I will say this: like when Witch Queen came out, I was excited, and like I've been just enjoying the game. And I will say, I feel like Destiny gives the game, like the seasonal content is awesome because you get story week by week. Every week, I think it's for like 6 weeks or 7 weeks.
Okay.
New story content mission every week. Then you get a seasonal activity, which does whatever. And then this season, we're getting a new dungeon, which releases tomorrow, Friday, the 27th. And then the next season, there'll be a new raid. Mm-hmm. So like they're giving you the end game content every season. They're just, it's fantastic. I'm absolutely loving everything about it. This season is called the Season of the Haunted.
It is cool.
It's fucking creepy as shit. Like yesterday I was streaming, and because I'm this week I'm doing, I did Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm doing Friday because I'm going away as well this weekend.
Where are you going?
Rhode Island.
Oh, very
nice. I'll tell you about Rhode Island in 1 second. So I'm going to stream this week, but tomorrow we're going into the Dungeon Blind, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But last night I was playing, and like I opened a door and this monster came, like this bad guy came out, and I jumped and literally was like, ah, like I was like literally like a 12-year-old girl.
I think I saw that.
And I was like legit scared.
Do we not have a clip?
I was ironing while that happened.
No one clipped it?
I did not clip
I
it.
don't
Oh
know.
my God. What are your mods doing? Get them out.
I had
New mods.
Well, it's all
fired.
right. So I do agree. I do need mods, right? There's no question. What's hard about being a streamer is finding people who want to be a mod that can actually do it. Because like everybody says, oh yeah, I'll be a mod.
but then
like they're busy and their life comes and like all that stuff. Like I would like most of my mods are all streamers.
right.
All your friends.
Well,
Your
right.
closer friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it starts. But like I haven't had somebody ask that could do it. And it's hard too to let that responsibility go, because like then they can ban somebody without even asking you. You don't know what happens.
Yeah.
But like I would love a mod that would be like if I stream 3 days a week, if I had somebody who was in my stream 2 days a week, the whole stream, it would be amazing. But I don't have that. So it's really hard for me to ask people to do that.
You get a lot of the spam fake accounts that just come in.
We do. And when, like we'll ban them.
I do
quickly.
too.
Yeah. The clankers.
The clankers.
The clankers. Anyway, I'm personally loving it. And I would say that, like, I know I've talked about it before, but really more so now is that I'm enjoying my office more and more now that it's done.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting full of bullshit that I need to clean out, but like more and more, it's just like becoming more comfortable for me.
Yep.
Like in the beginning, it felt awkward being in there because I'm like, is this my space? But the more I do it, it's like when I go in there, like if I have 85% of me is stressed out all day, the second I walk in there, it goes to like 25%.
Yeah.
Like I'll sometimes like even on the weekend, I'll like sneak down there and I won't even turn anything on. I'll just sit in the chair for 5 minutes and be like, okay, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
It's like your safe space in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know the feeling. When I come home from work, I feel that too. Like here, because it's like, I have no responsibilities.
Right.
Because like it's just a bigger space. Obviously,
Bigger.
I don't have family in like the living room and kitchen and stuff.
So we did get a TWAB this week. I have not read it. Nick, do you want to read that first section?
It starts with this week at Bungie.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a joke because they all start like that. It says this.
Yeah, it's the TWAB.
Yeah. This week at Bungie, we geared up and set out to answer the ultimate question. The question that matters more than anything else. Is the moon haunted?
Seems it.
Well, that's for you to decide, but while you're knocking that around in your noggin, we've got some exciting things to share for Season of the Haunted, including preparing for the new dungeon that drops on Friday, brand new activities, and even more surprises to uncover. We know the wait was tough, but the team here could not be more excited. Sure, we've got the meme behind the new name, but this season also houses a deeper look into the minds of some of our favorite characters, while also challenging Guardians to find the courage once more to persevere no matter what, especially when facing down twisted nightmares of the past. So what are we showing off today? Well, how about we start with a second look at the trailer you've all been so patiently waiting for, and then dig in more on some gear of the season. A breakdown on how to get the Solar 3.0 fragments, shiny new ornaments inspired by the subclass upgrade, and even a little wrap surprise from one of our community members. Excited? Yeah, me too. Let's dive in, shall we?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, can I just say, like, these are the best updates from any developer that we've, like, followed.
Yes.
Like, the Bungie ones have so much, like, flavor to them. They're not just like, oh, hello, here is update 3.7.4.2. We fixed this bug and that bug and added this content.
Yes.
You know? This is the best, like, most well-written.
They put the
well,
time
they
into,
just
like,
dropped
making it funny.
just dropped a new trailer too. So basically this TWAB, they're talking about all the changes, the things that are coming, the missions that you're getting, like what's happening. It's basically you're going through a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's a new PvP map. There's a lot of stuff coming. For me, I just like how they deliver this content. And I know a lot of like Destiny players, they'll play it hard for 2 weeks and then they'll put it down and not play it until the next seasonal content.
Yeah.
Me, I find that like the content is constantly being fresh, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
This looks
and-
cool. I think
right.
I think just like thematically, having a lot of the enemies seemed like not zombie like, I guess a little bit zombie like, where they're like kind of undeadish. There's a very that's not really the right way to say it. There's a horror-y vibe to the enemies.
Yes, I would
And
say it's more of like the atmosphere rather than the enemies.
That's a good point.
Like they took like the horror atmosphere and then like had the bad guys invade that area.
That's definitely.
But like we were playing it last night, and there was like we went down these dark tunnels, and all of a sudden you ended up and there was like a mediocre boss in there. It was just a hidden boss, but it drops a loot chest, and you have a chance to get something else.
That's cool.
But the last thing I'm going to talk about is Solar 3.0. It's a subclass, got released, and they basically did it like they did Void. It's awesome. I'm enjoying it.
Fire based.
Yeah, it's fire.
But I think that's the point I was gonna make just now is having that like dark haunted atmosphere, and then have the new ability, the new subclass be all fire stuff is like a cool contrast because you're just lighting stuff up, and it kind of makes sense, right? Like I don't know, in all the horror movies, like you can fight the bad guys with fire. So,
yep.
One thing I do want to mention is there's a dungeon crash workaround right now. The dev team knows there's a bug in the dungeon, but it won't be fixed until Tuesday. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, because I don't understand the Pacific time bullshit. Our newest dungeon will go live. During testing, we discovered an issue where players who had set their sound effects to 0 would crash in the activity.
that's weird.
So let's set it to 1.
Yeah, so
Literally.
to ensure this doesn't happen, players set your sound effects to at least 1 or above until we get this hot fix.
That's
issue.
a really weird bug. Like it's
That's
a really weird bug.
But again, when you talk about game bugs, like you put one thing in and something else around the corner breaks.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't even imagine being a dev. I know when a dev isn't doing a good job, but like, I don't understand how any of these games are made.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm super looking forward to it. Nick, in AIE news?
In AIE news, Tuesdays are the place to be in AIE. We have 2 different mandatory fun nights going on Tuesdays. The first is Star Wars The Old Republic, and then also we've got Destiny 2's mandatory fun night. So a mandatory fun night is where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. So if you are in AIE or want to come hang out with us, you can join us at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and have fun every single Tuesday night in either Star Wars The Old Republic or Destiny 2. What are we doing in either of those? Do you know?
Stuff.
For fun activities?
It's just whatever the weekly stuff is. If all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get the Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the page, ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play Destiny 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, Lord of the Rings Online, My Little Pony Online with Jacob, or any other game.
Motherfuckers.
We would love to have you.
And with that, I super duper have to pee, so we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we are talking about the terrible, terrible Halo series on Paramount Plus. And joining us is our resident Halo lore expert, Jacob, a.k.a. Billy Bob, a.k.a. the former most eligible bachelor in the nerds community.
So disappointing.
I know. So welcome to Halo Talk.
Like,
Ready to open the wormhole?
Yeah.
Well-
so I should give you a little backstory. Jacob played obviously every single Halo game, but you also read all the Halo books or listen to them.
I will admit I have not listened to like the Covenant driven ones because I could care less about them. I just like the UNSC/Spartan aspect of the stories.
Yeah, but still, you
99%.
and you know what's so funny is my favorite Halo game of all time is the Halo ODST.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the. So it's the most underrated one because you're not actually a Spartan. Well, it's not necessarily. So the crazy thing is like those characters have like their own books. They get 2 books and they actually all become Spartan 4s later on.
Right. No, I know, but I'm saying the game itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about this because I've been thinking a lot about this. So when I heard there was a Halo show coming out, so years ago, I want to say like 5 years ago, 5 years, maybe could have been 10 years. They wanted to make a Halo movie, which they should have.
They did.
No, like a movie theater movie. Like they wanted that to be a big release in a movie theater,
Fair.
right? Like back when Halo Reach came out. But they said that the audience was too old to go to the movie, so they didn't they didn't approve it. So then
That doesn't make any sense,
right?
Yeah.
Well, so then
Premature game.
Yes. Yeah.
So then Paramount got the rights to make Halo.
Yep.
So I was excited because I'm like, okay, like even if they did like a twist on the original story, I was like, wow, this is great. Like we're going to learn about Spartan 117 John and like maybe how Cortana's come into it. But then I was reading more. And so I was like, oh, who's directing the show? Who's doing all this? And then when I heard that the people running the show never played the games, I was like, wait a minute. How can you make something that is based off of a video game that you've never played?
Right.
Or even read the books that's based on it. Like even
anything.
Yeah.
And
never interacted with any of the source material.
That's what I'm saying. So for me, right away, the red flags went up. Now, if they said that like 343 or Bungie got involved in helping with the writing and all this stuff, okay, cool. They know Halo. So like
somebody knows
that like they're like they could say, oh yeah, that doesn't look like Halo, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So jump into episode 1. Nick, myself, and Atrax, we watched it in Discord.
Yeah.
Because I thought we have Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, you want to watch this? So we watched the first episode, and the first 15 minutes of that first episode was amazing.
Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Literally 10 out of 10.
Yeah. People were like, oh, the CGI was garbage, blah, blah, blah.
I
didn't think so either, but I was like, this is live action Halo
fighting.
Like ultimate action movie.
Yeah. And they made the elites look absolutely terrifying. So go ahead, Jacob.
I did have one complaint. The first episode, we only saw elites.
Yeah, but you see, that's a Halo. That's a Halo lore expert complaining that they didn't see the biggest bad and the smallest bad and all that.
No,
stuff.
I mean, well, because like the forces should be varied, right? It should be like
but this was but they were at this tiny little base in this shithole planet.
Madrigal.
Well, right, but they were like in this tiny little place that like. Who gives a shit about this place?
It's a nitpick for sure.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But like, I'm talking about the action of like, you close your eyes and say, Halo live action, this was it. Yeah. Like people getting murder-lated. Like people like.
Very violently died.
Yeah. And again, and this is going to bring me back to what movie did I? Oh, Doctor Strange
Multiverse of Madness.
Terrible of Madness.
Oh, okay.
Multiverse of Madness. And like this. That was PG-13. Like, if I had to compare, Doctor Strange was less graphic than Halo.
Yeah.
But Halo was like impaling people.
Yep.
Like blood splattering everywhere. Like, that is not a PG-13 show. And for me,
I don't know what it's rated.
It's PG-13.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because I don't think they actually show any like the brutal deaths on camera, but like you're right, the blood splattering.
Oh, they did.
I mean,
they stabbed that sword through the guy and he slid down it. Like, it doesn't get much more graphic than that.
Yeah, I think
I'm trying to remember.
In Multiverse of Madness, they threw him off the. Oh yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Threw it off. Full spoilers for both, obviously. Halo
spoilers. Obviously, I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness. I don't care. Spoil it. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying. So
There's
like,
a lot of violent
but anyway, so this first episode was like the opening was awesome. I was like, holy shit! Myself, Nick, and Atrax were like,
damn,
this is going to be good. And then the commercial happened, and you're like, and you come back, and now you meet the main character, Quan. And
is she even a main character?
I mean, she's.
Well, whatever she is, but she's introduced because her dad,
main character,
like her dad was there, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going to shut up and let you guys go from there. But for me, I was like, okay, here comes the drama of the show.
Yeah.
Because the original premise was like, this is what it's about. And obviously they can't do an entire show of just action scenes.
I mean, you could.
It'd be hard. So I understand, Mark. You got to have a little so you got to have filler, like
you got to have plot with the action.
So the whole plot of the show so hang on. Halo lore, when Halo first came out, the big ring we were on a Halo ring, like a ring. Holy shit, this is so sick! Like it's artificial. You have no idea what the Forerunners are. you go to the game, you're like, oh, the Halo ring basically is a big nuke, destroys everything, cool. So like as you're talking about before, it was like, oh, maybe we're just gonna get not a rehash, but like similar concept. We'll go through the motions. We'll get some character development. Hopefully, we'll see John more as a human, more instead of a robot. You're just walking around in the game. But instead, we got Quan.
Well,
it's true.
Yeah,
it's
but
true.
Yeah, but I think Quan was to pull out the human side of John.
But
but it doesn't connect like that.
So
I know.
Here's my biggest like gripe. I can't remember what episode it is.
Yeah, but what I'm just trying to set the plot, right? And in episode 1, so Quan goes after her whole her village is killed. Yeah. She's the last survivor. She's seen it, and so John is instructed to take her with him when they leave,
right?
And bring her back to UNMC.
To clarify, you've got the USNC MC, at episode 3. Yeah,
but
so and you've got humans rebelling against the big government humans, right? And that's Quan's family is rebelling against.
They're called the insurrection.
The insurrectionists.
Yes.
Are
innies that want to be out. It's pretty fun, actually.
Well, it's because they're blaming the UNNC for all the problems,
right?
But the UNNC isn't telling anybody about the Covenant,
right? Meanwhile, the USNC is
Covenant.
MC,
UNSC.
UNSC. How do you? What's the
United Nations Space Command?
Oh, okay. UNSC.
Sorry,
Space Command. No, this is Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
Buzz Lightyear, the Space Command.
Sidebar: the Buzz Lightyear movie. I'm kind of hyped for it. All right, back to it.
It looks wicked good. Okay, but anyways, so there's insurrectionists fighting against the UNSC, the government, right? And the government is also fighting the Covenant, but they're not making that well known. So the insurrectionists don't know about the Covenant. And the first episode is the insurrectionists getting demolished by the Covenant who attacked their village.
Yep.
So Quan is the daughter of the leader of the insurrectionists in that village, and apparently it's a mining camp where they mine
Rhydonium,
deuterium.
Deuterium. Where's Rhydonium from? I just made that up.
I think it might be from Star Wars.
Oh, it is from Star Wars. You're right, but it basically, I think it's oil or like some,
it's like
some fuel.
Deuterium is in real life. It's a hydrogen variant where it has an extra. I want to say neutrophil. That's a white blood cell. The neutral subatomic particle. Oh my god. Neutron. Anyways, and it's a fuel source apparently in the show. And that's not that important. So, anyways, I also thought that, okay, Quan is going to link up with John. John, basically the plot of the first episode is the Covenant destroy this village. The Spartans come down and destroy the Covenant and rescue the people, but really only Quan survives. So John takes Quan back to the UNSC. And
you forgot the artifact.
And also, there's also a big pop boy that I just completely forgot. Were they looking for the artifact?
No, so it was in the cave. They went to investigate the dropship, and they're like, "Oh, there's glowing coming from the cave. What could this be?" And they went in the cave. Oh,
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this is cool." And then John touched it and like saw like a vision of when he was like younger with a dog.
Right. So to clarify, when the Spartans get there, they go investigate one of the Covenant dropships that they landed on, and
it's where they were mining for the ring or this artifact.
The artifact.
That's supposed to lead them to the Halo ring.
Right.
Yeah, John touches it, and he has this unique interaction with it. But my point is, I don't mind that whole artifact plotline.
That's completely fine. That's completely understand. Because like
that makes sense to me. I'm fine with that whole plot line. But the plot with like. The reason I don't like Quan is it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have any.
Let's not jump too far. We're kind of jumping.
Yeah. Okay.
So a couple things that so in the original, so it doesn't explain in the books, but in the books, the Autumns, like the ship that John was on in the original Halo, game when they jumped to the Halo ring from Reach, that wasn't random. She chose that location. I can't remember exactly how she chose it. But she did some calculating, Cortana.
Okay.
So
but Cortana's not even in the so like I think we're my disconnect from our conversation right now is we're talking about the show and the game, right? I think the show is I think we have to break down what the show is and then maybe compare it to the game because like right now we're talking about Cortana and like Cortana's nowhere even in.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I'm comparing my comparison is the artifacts, finding the ring, to Cortana like using for like it's the same kind of idea. Like the ring, they just didn't randomly find it. Like they got led there a little bit.
Right, but in episode 1, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
There's this epic battle. Now there's one girl left. They're exploring the ship. They find this ring. John sees.
They find this artifact.
Right. Yep. Show over.
Yeah.
Episode over.
Yep.
Right. And we left the show like, okay, out of 10, I think I gave it a 5 no, I said it was a 6 because that opening segment was good enough to carry.
Heavy carry.
Right. It was a heavy carry. That's a great way to put it. I carried right through it.
Right.
Where then when we get into episode 2, it becomes like we're watching what's that super dramatic show?
Game of Thrones?
No, that show's weak.
Sopranos?
No,
Breaking
like
Bad.
Nope. You're thinking of cool shows.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's awesome.
You said dramatic shows.
No, I'm talking like terrible shows like Scrubs or
okay, time out. Scrubs is good, like a soap opera?
What's that? No, yeah, like soap opera-esque.
Like Days of Our Lives.
No, what's the other there's another doctor show. God damn it.
House?
No.
Dr. Oz?
No. It's like
I know what you're trying to say. Basically, it went from full like action like show to like let's just sit down and talk for 43 minutes. And
right.
Kill our brain cells.
And then Spartan 117, who never took off his mask, takes it off, just a helmet or mask, whatever. Takes off his helmet and it stays off.
I don't mind. So as like you were talking about with Quan, you need to humanize John, and that's cool for me. That's like, as a big fan, like I can't hate on it because at a certain point, like let's say you're like a random person, like your grandmother, I don't even know, your aunt, I don't even know, like watch. Oh, Halo, I'll watch that. It's like why doesn't this guy take his mask off? Like, but maybe that adds to the mystery too. They could have had a hit or miss either way.
But you just circling through, like, okay, like taking off your mask is like, we're going to do it before the Mandalorian did it. Like, oh, the Mandalorian took off his mask and he's not supposed to, but he waited until episode 4 to take off his mask. We're going to do it right away. We're going to show everybody who Spartan 117 is. Fine. But he spends most of the show in not his armor.
Which is I'd say probably what? I would dare say 90%.
Mm-hmm. It's most of the show he's out of his armor.
Which it's not Halo, man. Like there was no like I would love to see like like maybe like once every 2 episodes they had like a sidebar mission and go do something
right.
Like something small. It does like because like, you get your little action, but your dialogue is you need both.
So we're talking about overall gripes of the show. I think before we continue with like picking through plots for the episodes, you want to just talk about overall things we didn't like because we keep hinting at it, and I don't think we're doing a good job breaking. All right,
so like first off, Quan, like by the time the story ends. Like we talked, like we and Nick were texting on like I watched it finished the last episode last night.
Yeah,
and he said like the ending's confusing, and I watched it and I was like, we literally answered and resolved nothing, and now we have about 50 more questions.
Yeah,
like I am lost what they're going for. Like so, like the fact that like I don't want to jump too far ahead in plot points, but like how does Cortana just take over Chief's body? I was like, I literally had a migraine. I'm like, why? It makes no sense, man.
Yeah. So the overall, let me break down my overall grade real quick. So we've got the games are just action, kill, with some story thrown in, essentially, right? That's the core mechanics of the game. And so you get a show where in the game, John is basically a robot that you control, like just a killing machine. Master Chief, super badass. So then you get to the show. Now, I understand you have to give this character who's robotic in the games some kind of like dynamic arc, right? Otherwise, it's not going to be boring to watch. And you have to have some kind of interactions with people. One of my gripes is that it's so little action coming from a source material that is all action that it's like, it feels like they shouldn't have even made it into a Halo show. And it feels to me like Paramount Plus was planning to make a sci-fi show, and they had writers for a generic sci-fi show. And then they all of a sudden got the rights to Halo and said, oh, and now this needs to be a Halo show. Figure it out. And so these showrunners have never even played the games. They just got to throw it into the Halo universe. And that's kind of the vibe that you get, right?
And it's hard.
It's because if you, as a Halo fan, are expecting, oh, this is going to be very similar to the games, and it's really not. There's core the feel of the show is like a political soap opera that happens to be set in this universe, and it's not even a good one.
I will say though, like their sets design was awesome. Like High Charity and the Prophets,
amazing.
A+ for me. Like skip the dialogue, like the mood they set when you went to like High Charity, like it's basically the Covenant. Like when you break it down, it's literally a religious cult that just kept adapting alien species for their needs.
Yep.
That's all it is. So like at its core, like they did a good job at like displaying that for me.
Agreed. A lot of the
the show is beautiful. It's just
is beautiful.
For me, the show didn't make sense. Yeah. And I only watched 4 episodes, and I'll be honest, the 4th episode, I fell asleep. Yeah. Like I do the phone test, right? When I sit down on a show, my phone's sitting next to me. When I watch a show that I like, I don't touch my phone.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I was on my phone most of the time because it was just dumb.
Yep.
The one intriguing part of the show that I would say was how they made Cortana for me, because it was very human of how she had to watch her clone get murdered just to upload the AI. Like the conscious.
So that in Halo normal default canon, that's how it was done. So Halsey actually cloned her brains.
Right.
She didn't clone full body. She cloned her brains, which actually, if you play the Halo campaign, that's what the weapon is.
Right.
In one of the books, they went to get more of her brains. But anyways, so like that made sense to me, and I do agree. That was a very nice, like heart-throbbing tie-in for the viewer, and also lore accurate to a certain extent.
Right. Yeah. And then
just to clarify, this show is not the same canon as the games, by the way.
It's a separate
universe.
It's called the Silver Timeline, I think is what they like directly called it.
Well, it's because they fucked it up.
Right. Right.
And I'm sure like it's really hard to please any fandom. Right?
Agreed.
Because look at the way look at the way people reacted to the prequels, and now people love the prequels. Yeah. Right. Hayden Christensen quoted like, "It's nice that they finally appreciate me."
Right.
Right. And it's like, what?
For a while.
Like, I love the fucking prequels.
Yeah.
People can say they don't love it, but like, I loved it. I mean,
some of the writing's a little cheesy, but that's not the actor's fault.
That's just writing and cheesiness. There's cheesiness in everything.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely like people like to like on Star Wars topic, they do tier lists like, oh, episode like 1 and 2, like episode 1 and 2 are bad. I'm like, well, it's beginning episode 1 slow, and you can't. Besides, like the initial fight on the Separatist ship, it's slow.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of dialogue and a lot of talking. But once you get to the action scenes, like Anakin hopping in the Naboo Starfighter, blowing up the ship,
but like
the Gungan battle is great.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like it's world building, right? Like Star Wars High Republic: Light of the Jedi. Was the first High Republic book. The first 5 hours was world building.
Yeah,
it was
slow.
So slow. I mean, but in retrospect, by the end, you're like, wow, all of that pre-building of the world made sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with Star Wars prequels, but I mean,
even A New Hope starts.
Yes,
slow.
it does.
Right.
I haven't watched the original first 3 in a long time. I was watching with my girlfriend because she's never seen a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie, which is a crime against humanity.
Well, what's a crime against humanity is that you're not the most eligible bachelor in the nerds community anymore.
She's a nice lady.
I had to take a break.
Whatever. Well, hey, whatever. But what I'm saying here is, I didn't get that from this show.
It was slow. No,
it didn't make sense to me at all.
There was no build up, like the climax.
Like
there was no
okay,
build.
epic scene. Oh, the Covenant is coming, and then hey, I'm gonna bring Quan to a Spartan who ran away from the program, but he's still wearing his armor.
Which also makes no sense because he was a kid at the time. Now he grew to a full grown adult.
Right, but he has a 117. Oh, not 117 or whatever his number.
066, I think.
Yes, 066.
Okay, but like he's got his armor, and they go to like this like planet thing, and then John leaves Quan there.
It's called the Rebel.
So the Rebel,
which is like,
like
in the second episode, John,
but
Master Chief brings Quan to this brings this Quan to this like former Spartan who's like a pirate essentially now.
But also too,
Soren.
But he also didn't listen to his directive because they told him to kill Quan, and he made his own free choice to not.
Right.
And that's because in the show's view, it was because he touched the artifact and it's messing with his head because he saw himself as a kid.
Right.
But at that point, he doesn't know that he saw himself.
He just saw a kid.
He just saw a kid and he had emotions about it. And they were like, kill her. And he's like, no. And then he runs away and blah, blah, blah. And it's just, I feel like there was no, like, it didn't start to make sense for me until like the third episode.
Yeah.
And even in the third episode, I was just like, I don't know if I can make it through this whole season.
So, like, going back to Soren. Soren's a real character from the books.
Yeah.
He was a Spartan that, like, his arm thing, like, basically he got crazy strength, but he wasn't able to, like, be a normal Spartan, if that makes sense. He couldn't fit in the armor, blah, blah, blah. So that's cool. They did a good job incorporating him. I like it because basically he actually died trying to escape a UNSC base. So cool they wrote him in. Just like killing Quan. I mean, that's part of war. Like in war.
Well, they can't kill Quan. I'm sorry. Like in the world we live in, like they could never kill Quan, just like they could never kill Grogu.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying like as
like
no,
what I mean.
What do you mean?
Like there's like you can't kill a woman in a show.
Oh, I
like
see.
that. You know what I mean?
And
just
like a prisoner.
A prisoner. You can't.
No, I get you.
Like war crimes. Just like if they
be
killed off Grogu, the fucking world would end. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because he's loved. Just like people love Quan.
Why?
To you. Well, see, I think some people do because she's a female and she's strong.
But my problem is like, so remember,
it's not relevant.
One
to
of the
plot,
later episodes, like when she's in it, like unless you know you're really clicking on Halo, the show.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Halo episode. Like there was nothing related to Halo at all, except for you knew that.
7.
Yeah, it was like it was brutal, and like the problem with my problem with like Quan is we never really fleshed her out as a character because we got like what she was in like 1, 2, 3,
right,
and a couple back and forth between her and John, and then she had one episode out of what 9. That's awful. They did her dirty. Like I didn't care about her really.
Right,
but the whole show just didn't make sense.
Agreed.
Like
so you take like I will say my biggest gripe with Quan is not so much that the character's bad because it is a cool strong female character. Great.
Yep. Sets
it up great to make they set her up to be interesting, right? She could be like the leader of this insurrectionist group. Very cool. My problem is that has absolutely nothing to do with the main plot of the show. It never ties back into anything.
They never like end up.
They never like. It would be cool. Like for example, Mackie, right? The other or McKee, I forget how they say her name. She is this other character that got introduced in episode 2 or 3, I think. I forget. It's either whatever.
I think it's actually 1 technically, but she doesn't talk. You just see her.
Right.
But
so anyways. You get it's this human.
Yeah, McKee.
It's this human who is with the Covenant, and she like speaks the Covenant language and everything. And you find out in episode 3, can also interact with the artifacts, the Forerunner artifacts, like Master Chief can, John can.
She's a blessed one.
Yeah, they call them a blessed one. So that's fine, and I don't mind when like they would intercut between these 3 storylines: stuff with John, stuff with McKee, and stuff with Quan. Well, Quan's story never links up with John's, versus McKee and John have a direct effect on the actual storyline. And too much later, but I'll get to that in a second. But I don't mind the McKee's backstory. Like you see, like her origins, where the reason she's with the Covenant in episode 3 here is because she gets super abused by humans. Humans enslave her, kill her parents, and she's like getting like shocked by a slaver when some Covenant elites come and attack and kill the slavers, and then they see that she interacts with a piece of Forerunner, a keystone or something.
Because she was like. So basically, they're called luminaries. So in the lore of the books, right? Before the first, basically Harvest was the first planet. There was human Covenant contact, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the humans have the mantle of responsibility, which is like the group of I'll call it like organisms that oversee everything. So the Forerunners had it, and before the Forerunners, just things called precursors.
Okay,
so they had it even before they did.
They were like the species that like oversaw
the alpha species, right?
Yeah, in the space travel.
All humans are all have the mantle. Everyone does. There's no like blessed one. So when
they
the
can
Covenant
all interact with their own technology.
So in like the or the artifacts
that
the Covenant searches for before they met each other.
Yeah,
they're literally humans. So when they showed up to harvest, they're like, "Oh my God, there's millions of artifacts here. Like, what could this be?" And the prophets all realize, like, "Oh shit, it's them.
It's humans making.
We need to kill them all because we have to be the alpha race."
Oh, I see.
So that's the whole. That's actually like the whole underlying plot line
of like why the Covenant are fighting the humans.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, so now we're basically we kept the same. Like, once again, good job at keeping the same concept.
Yeah.
But why is it only 2 people
that can interact with all the
It's
Forerunner
kind of
stuff,
lame,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, because in the games they use Sergeant Johnson to interact with Forerunner
Correct.
stuff to try and activate Halo or something, right?
Yes.
Something like that.
It's all humans can do it.
Right, in the games, and now in the show it's just 2 humans, John and McKee.
Well, they needed.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
right.
I am too. I'm saying they did it right. It's like a good concept.
That's fine. Yeah,
and I like how the Covenant can't do it themselves.
Right,
keeping in the same ebb and flow of the actual lore.
Right. I'm not mad at that, but yeah, but that makes sense to me, and I'm fine with that plotline concept. Right, that's going to tie back in. They have interactions.
But back to Quan,
Quan's story doesn't go anywhere, and she has a whole episode just to her. And they break up some of the cool parts that are actiony later in later episodes with like Quan's story that doesn't go anywhere.
So to me, this is what they have to do for the next season. The next season needs the next season needs to be months in advance, okay? Because to tie this in, to me, there should have been episode 10. And should have taken place 3 months later, and Quan should have been head of the Resistance.
Yeah,
and they need to team up with the UNSC to stop the Covenant. Boom, there's your tie-in, cut and shut. We're done.
Yeah, but I don't think there's gonna be a season 2. I don't know. I think the show's gonna get canceled because I'm gonna say the Rotten Tomato scores. Yeah, the Rotten Tomato scores are terrible.
Right,
they spent $100 million on that show. Or something like they're not going to spend. I don't think the show comes back for season 2,
which is awful because we were hyped about it. Like you said, like it's they definitely went the wrong way.
I was excited for Battlefield 2042 as well, and look what happened.
It's fair.
You know what I mean? Like you can be excited about. I was excited for the 10th year anniversary of Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah.
I remember that was a big letdown, right?
Yeah, huge letdown. Like the show is a letdown. I'm gonna finish it just so I can finish it, but like, there's too many. Like, I look at quality of time, right? Yeah. If I have an hour where I'm not sitting in front of my computer and I have an hour to watch a show,
I'm not picking Halo.
I'm not picking Halo unless I want to fall asleep.
I like I said to Nick, I made a joke like episode 1. 5 and 9, they shoot guns at each other. Otherwise, we're just talking.
It's just talking. There's 3 episodes out of the 9 where they actually have fighting.
Like yes, they shoot guns episodes, but like you actually have like a battle or like
something
a conflict.
Yeah,
right. And I think for me, the biggest draw to it was to get the story. Or just like make the story about the Spartans. Like they could have done season 1 of all the Spartans, just their training and what they went through.
That's my favorite book.
Right. And like it would have been amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just feel like the show was rushed to the point of what was that movie? Rise of Skywalker, sorry. It was thrown together just like that.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. We're going to throw everything at the wall, see what sticks, and then we'll it's going to sell because it has the name tag, which it did. Like, if there's somewhere to see the subscription things to Paramount Plus, I guarantee the subscription skyrocketed when they first released Halo.
Yeah.
And then they probably canceled it right away, but they still got them for that month.
Right.
And then halfway through the season, somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it for the second month, no matter what the review said."
Right.
So they probably made millions of dollars for over 60 days, and then their subscriptions go down the drain because people are like, "The show sucks."
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the only reason I have Paramount Plus still is because the Champions League, Liverpool is playing in the Champions League tomorrow. The Champions League final, and after that, I'm canceling it.
Yeah, but you don't need like.
I got it from my girlfriend, so I have the best play because I don't even know. Like I wouldn't like honestly, I would have bought it If I didn't have a girlfriend and she didn't give it to me the password because she's so nice and generous.
Oh.
But after that, like I'd be like, this is dumb. Like I don't even know why.
Bro.
The only other thing on Paramount Plus I use is
bro.
I'm gonna get flamed. I got a feeling.
Listen.
Yep.
If you're going to give up the most eligible bachelor in the nerds community, your girlfriend better give you the fucking password to Paramount Plus. Like that's like say like you can't have my password for Paramount Plus. That's like saying you can't even. We're gonna go to the movies, but you can't get popcorn.
Right.
Like, come on. Of course she's gonna give that to you. Now, she gives you like her YouTube TV or like her Hulu or Netflix account, then you know she loves you. Yeah. But like other than that, like it's Paramount Plus. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like first date level.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe second date, but still, like, yeah, whatever. It's Paramount Plus.
It's like first base.
But Nick, cancel that shit and just use mine. Like, what the fuck? It's Paramount Plus.
Because I know you're gonna like block the Liverpool game or something. Because that's a you move.
Okay.
You just record all the Arsenal games.
Listen, everybody here. Hear this.
This is how boring the show is because we stopped talking about it. So
Nick.
So bad.
Nick.
I will just zip through the plot, I think.
We'll come back.
Suck less, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No way. Liverpool's the best. You never walk alone. So, anyways, you want to just give the big points. I don't want to hammer through every single little detail.
So, wait,
it sucks. Move on.
You've already skipped the big point.
Okay.
So, episode 3, emergence. Right? We're gonna go through my Halo nerd complaints.
Go for it.
So,
wait. I don't think you need to give complaints.
No, I'm saying plot point complaints.
Oh,
it's like not overall complaints at this point. So, for instance, the whole Cortana helping John take that chip out of his lower spine. You have now delegitimized John's training as a kid. Because basically you're telling me his entire badass ability comes out of a pill in his back.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're telling me. Episode 3.
Well,
he cuts that thing out. They were trained at 6 years old to be badasses. And that's why they're like it's literally ingrained in their brain.
Yeah, but they still needed to give him the superpowers.
No. That's the chip. No.
The pill doesn't give him superpowers.
So hang on. So have you ever read that book, right? It's called Halo First Strike. It's about their training when they were little.
I'll have to look at my Audible because
if you haven't read that book, that one is one of my favorites because they trained them, and by the time they were 12, I believe they were ready, and they got the augmentations. So one of the Spartans, her name, oh my god, Sierra Osmond. I can't remember her real name. She became like an ONI officer, which is like the special naval intelligence. She was a Spartan, but her body got so messed up. But her brain is still fine. They're all super smart. So she was fine to do all that. My point is, like, they basically said, oh, yeah, like all that mental training and all that, like, mental fortitude and toughness was the little pill in your back. Because, like, the other Spartan, Kai, was that the one saying that was freaked out? They took it out of her. She was, like, literally a meltdown at anything. She's like, oh, no, people are dying. I'm going to go in my ball and cry now. It's like, ruined it for me.
Agreed. It made her, like, it totally took away all of the actual training. Instead of being like a straw in the pile of badassery, it was like the Jenga piece that made the whole tower crumble.
And it just didn't, like, it was, I don't know.
Is that a good analogy? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It just didn't make sense to me as like a, I don't know.
A narrative device?
Does this like take away their like ability to fight because there was a little thing in their back?
Right.
Well, they needed something, and I'm not saying that that's the right choice, but
it didn't make it felt
unnecessary. It feels like this show was rushed to the point of they didn't think it through like a Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't thought through. They throw whatever against the wall just because it's going to sell, and they knew it was going to sell. Now, if it comes back for season 2, I would imagine that it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Season 2, because like, what's the Star Wars cartoon? Oh my god, not Clone Wars. Rebels.
Yeah.
The first season of Rebels was terrible.
Yeah, it was very boring.
Oh my god, it was awful. But like the last episode of season 1 and then season 2 on, fucking amazing.
That's true.
So like maybe they're gonna work through their plot points. They throw some shit. Now they're like clearly they're like, oh my god, we need to play this game, or we need to bring people in who have played the game.
Yeah.
And Halo season 2 is gonna be like Halo 2, where it's gonna be better and bigger.
So
you can only go up.
Here's my thing.
I have another complaint.
We haven't been on the ring yet.
Right.
So that has like a big like fingers crossed. Please redeem. Right. You haven't thrown that against the wall yet and failed. You have one thing left. You have the ring still. Use it.
Yeah.
Use it well.
Use the ring, the one ring of power. So, just a real quick overall complaint. So there's another plot line I didn't highlight, but there's this always boring interactions between Halsey and like the higher ups in the UNSC. Like, I forgot the title, but the lady
Chink Oni,
whatever,
the head of Oni. Her name is oh my god,
I forgot. Is it Doctor something?
No, it's not.
Like General or like.
This is embarrassing. I should know this.
It'll be in here somewhere. But anyways, they basically throughout the show are like, oh, hey, person who is heading this military program, that is the only thing that we have that's affect the Spartans, that's effective against the Covenant. Regular Marines get
Admiral
slaughtered.
Pangoski.
Admiral Pangoski, yeah. She's like constantly saying, oh, we're cutting your funding, you're done, we're cutting your funding, we're cutting your funding. But by the way, that is your literal only weapon against the Covenant. So actually, it's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, I know there's backstory to that because Halsey's an evil piece of shit, but
I'm saying that actually happened.
I know, but like, it doesn't. The way the show does it doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, you didn't follow our protocols. You're going behind our back, so we're cutting all of your funding. And now we're just gonna lose the war. Like, that's not how things work. I did not like that.
In the actual lore, like, she was doing. Halls did a lot of illegal things, like behind closed doors. So like after the Halo original 3 timeline goes, in the books that follow, like, they go after Halsey, they arrest her, they put her in jail. They basically make her a slave on the UNS Infinity, which comes along later, and she works out there the rest of her life, and then she escapes. But like, they definitely, in my opinion, like, they did her right to show the viewer she's not. They made her too evil to a certain extent. Like, they made her seem evil because in the games, in the books, she always did the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Like in one of the books, she literally kidnapped a Spartan to take her on a different mission, but she knew the mission needed to be done, but she couldn't explain to like the higher ups in time to make it happen. So she just did it. But ends justify the means in that case, but they still punished her anyways because it was what she did was wrong.
And that's throughout that was my understanding too. Halsey does like morally bad things for the right reasons because they have like the greater serving the greater good. In the show, she's kind of trying to do that, but they have her do such like cartoonishly evil things consistently. Like at one point in the later episodes where they're explaining the Spartan training, I think it's Kai and one of the other Spartans in Silver Team, sorry. And they're saying like, oh yeah, Halsey personally killed our pets. Like if we
I'm trying to remember.
And it was like, oh, or like they say had to have our pets killed, but like Halsey ordered it. Halsey made sure our pets died.
Let me ask you guys this question.
It was just like over the top, cartoonishly evil. Like, we get it, she's evil. You don't have to draw a mustache that she's twirling up on.
I feel like they should stop making shows about video games.
Yeah,
like I feel but like Uncharted made that movie.
Meh.
The
Witcher came out pretty good. But they're basing.
But that's a TV show.
And and they're basing it more on the books and not the games.
So
right.
You have to stick because have you guys seen Halo 4 Until Dawn?
But like
the movie?
No. Oh. Yes, I have. I think I saw some.
I probably have.
It's on Netflix. Like
it's a cartoon.
No, it's live action.
Yeah.
It basically focuses on Commander Lasky or Lasky, and he ends up in like Halo. It came out before Halo 4. Because it's like the ship they were on the front of Dawn, and Lasky was the head of like second in command on the Infinity. Mm-hmm. So it highlights his character. Chief does come in at the end, saves him because they basically attacked the Naval Academy.
Yeah,
they're like, oh shit, send the Spartan, save the day, and it wasn't bad because they stuck to Halo.
Yeah, but points. I just feel, I guess maybe I'm burnt out. Maybe I'm burnt out on all of the content because nobody's ever happy. You know what I mean? And like this show is terrible. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But like I feel like nobody's ever gonna be satisfied.
Well, that's one thing. It's one thing to not be set if you're like not true to lore. People have those complaints, but it's another thing to make like a terrible show.
Just like I don't think they could make a Destiny show because
that wouldn't make any sense.
It would be terrible. Well, no, it would be amazing, but like they can't.
Yeah, but
hear me out.
It's
can't
really
be
hard to
satisfy it.
It's hard to translate that plot into a show format.
Name one book/video game TV show besides Harry Potter that is very good. besides Harry Potter,
What do you mean?
like that you would consider very good? Like
A
we're
very
talking
Star Wars?
Very good book.
Well, Star Wars was Star Wars a movie first or was it a book first?
Movie first.
Movie
Okay,
first.
so it has to be a book or video game that got transitioned to a TV show / movie. That's not Harry Potter, because I think Harry Potter is.
I got one. Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's a good example, but they did it right,
And also
because they stuck to the source content.
True, and it got terrible when they stopped doing that.
Correct.
Lord of the Rings, same thing.
Same thing.
Stuck
Stuck to
strictly
the source. It was
content.
good.
Yeah.
So here's your common trend. Things that go up, like Percy Jackson. This is another one of my I read that book when I was literally in middle school, childhood. Love that. When the movies came out, the first movie was like, okay, you did your own thing, but you stuck to the general concept. Right. Cool. The second one, I'm like, okay, so you took the second book, you read about half of it, you got bored, you chopped it off, you read the third book, you skipped to the middle and did the end and smashed them together and called it a movie.
Yeah.
And you made the characters 10 years too old.
Yep.
And the characters weren't even like look-alike, so how they were described in the book.
Well, I can look past. I can look past the looks because everybody's character looks different
in their head.
Also, you can't maybe not find the perfect
right. Like
cast.
Like
fine.
I'll give a perfect example. My Thrawn is not the Thrawn that we got.
No,
you know what I mean. My Thrawn is Mark Hamill.
No, Mark Thompson.
Mark Thompson. That's what I meant. Mark Thompson Thrawn. And what we got was somebody else, and he did a nice job, but it wasn't my Thrawn. Yep. Yeah. And I feel like it's really hard to be able to portray all that unless, like you're saying, you follow it to the T.
Yeah, you have to. If you're doing one of these adaptations, then you have to follow the source material, and this super doesn't try, and then is also just a bad show on top of it.
like back to like. I don't know. We kind of we have the episodes pulled up with like a basic plot point, and in reality, for me, like half these episodes are forgettable. Like to me, at a certain point after episode like Marcus said 4, it turned into, besides a couple action scenes, it just turned into the same thing, rehashed with different lines.
But what do you mean? That is the game. Go kill the Covenant ship.
No,
go over there, and then
back.
go back.
I'm just saying,
the game is action.
I know. I'm just talking.
He's devil. You know, I get devil's advocate. I understand that. But like to me, it's just like, oh, we're just gonna sit here and talk. Like Marcus said, the phone test. Like I came home from on like Sunday. I told Nick because I know we're doing this podcast today. I'll watch it Sunday night, and then we can maybe have a little chit chat just to break it down, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Right.
And I literally fell asleep on the couch, not halfway through it, and I fell asleep for so long. My girlfriend asked, she goes, "Did you watch Star Trek?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes,
"Star Trek started after."
Yes. It literally played 5 episodes. That's how long I was asleep for because I just knocked out. And I'm like, I was like, I don't remember watching it. I'm like, oh, I forgot because I was watching the Halo show and I fell asleep because it's so awful.
No, for sure.
And it's just puts like, and they did like we were talking about earlier, Quan's character got done completely dirty. They completely ruined the strong female character because we don't even get to see the strong female character half the time.
Yep. It was stupid.
And by the way, Master Chief has sex. What are we doing?
Yeah. We can wrap this up pretty quickly, but like, yeah, then Chief has sex with Mackie, which like makes absolutely no sense because she's a prisoner, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're both blessed ones. They just fuck and don't for like.
Hey, don't tell me you wouldn't do that.
In one, well, yeah, I know, but
yeah, but
I'm a slur, so
again, I'm just gonna put this out there that it's not Halo.
Agreed.
Right.
They're throwing shit in there just to throw it in there.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Right. I agree.
But like that Cortana's you don't need to do that, you know? And it's like it's cut between like Halsey knowing what's happening and Cortana literally having to watch them do it.
Oh, that's so cringe. It was so cringy.
It's like so you're like girlfriend that's in your head kind of and there's like a romantic interest in the game. At least I took it as that a little bit.
Because
kind of sorta.
Because Halsey always found John attractive.
Yeah.
You have to remember Cortana's a clone
of Halsey. Yeah.
So yes.
So you have like your it's just weird.
Very awkward tension that didn't need to be tension.
Yeah.
I will say one thing they did very right is Cortana's how she talked.
Yeah.
How she looked. And like little Easter eggs, like the
too.
pawn and the queen go into the box after the game's over. Like I can't remember the exact quote. But that line is used in the games. And that's what she first said when she was born.
Yeah.
And like I really like the subtle hints they did. Like Cortana's character, 10 out of 10, good job.
Yeah, they did a good job with Cortana. Except for one plot hole. They say like Cortana can't take over Chief's body, or she's just lying to him, I guess. I can only shut your Chief's body down.
And then he's like,
and then later they're like, well, the plan was for me to take over your body and make you not have conscious anymore.
And that made no like.
But then you're just saying you couldn't do that, but now you can do that later, and it doesn't make any
spoilers, Marcus. For episode 9, basically they're Doomsday. The Covenant get both artifacts,
which means that they can go immediately find Halo.
And you touch it, and huge hollow map appears in the sky. Silver Team, goes in. They kill like the 2. Literally, there was like 3 grunts. It was kind of comical. They're like, wow, there's nobody here. There's only 3 grunts. Yeah. All the prophets are here too. Oh no, the Spartans are gonna kill us. And then the prophets go, oh yeah, unleash the elites. And there's like 500 elites coming out of nowhere. It was like, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it was to trap them. That plot point makes sense.
It doesn't in the context of
if you actually watch the episode, you're like, it was so blatantly obvious. Like it was like so like literally because Halo, like grunts, like the most useless. There was literally they killed 3 of them. That was it. There was no elites. There was no jackals. There was just 3 grunts just chilling.
Yeah.
And she like touches the thing, and the star map starts. Like it basically starts like projecting in the sky, right?
Yeah.
And the elites coming in was cool. I will admit, like, there's just a wave after wave, and they're just mowing them down. They're running out of bullets. The DMR is full auto.
I hated that.
I don't get it.
The battle rifle was full auto. It's supposed to be 3-round bursts in the game. And I hated that too. But that's a nitpick, I realize. But
but but if you don't have that as a nitpick, you're going to say to yourself, at least they got that right.
Fair. Yes, that's true. You have to
for me,
point out.
like that is iconic.
Right.
3-round burst.
Right.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Yes. So if your grandma, as we said it, who never played the games, you'd be like, oh, it's just an automatic rifle.
It's the same as the other one he had before.
Exactly. But to everybody who actually knows Halo, who's watching the show, it's like, why isn't that a 3-round burst? It's not an automatic weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Halo TV show sucks. Season 1. Stay tuned for season 2 breakdown.
To finish it, like the way to end the plot talk about, like, literally John dies and Cortana takes over his body, and I was just like, okay, which makes it so she can touch the artifact and get the boys out into safety. To me, it was like the cheesiest way to end that fight. Like, they have no option to get out of here, and then like their best way of doing it is, oh, let's just kill John and have Cortana take over the body, and we can call it a day. It's like, wow.
I thought we just couldn't do that. Earlier in the show, they were like, oh, they literally sedated John and had Cortana use his body to touch the artifact, and nothing happened. But now you do it at the end of the show, and it's fine.
Well, I think it's because if John was alive, they have the safety protocols, and Cortana wasn't allowed to do that stuff.
Yeah, but it's him interacting with
Forerunner
technology.
I think let's go back to Marcus's saying of the show is rushed, and they were like, "Fuck,
we gotta figure.
How do we end it? Well, the next we have 2 minutes. How do we end it as fast as possible?"
Right.
Boom. There's the ending. And they killed McKee, who technically was the main. I guess you can call her the main antagonist.
Yeah, I would say so.
She's like besides the Covenant, technically, like we just killed the main antagonist for literally no reason.
Right.
Like, also, technically, is she dead?
I don't know, because it's questionable.
Like, do we know she fell to the ground and stopped touching the artifact? But is she dead? To me, as a show writer, I highly doubt you can't kill her.
Yeah,
you ruin your entire plot line.
Point. Yeah,
because basically now also you technically killed John. So now we've killed every single main character except for
Quan, who had no impact on the rest of the plot. It's the Quan show.
Season 2 coming next time with Marcus 51. Marcus B.
814.
814.
I'm 51.
I'm tired.
All right, me too.
All right, so
let's be done with this.
Well, so we have 2 working class questions we're going to go through.
Oh my God, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the show.
Yeah, so Quinn asks, what's our thoughts on the new Massachusetts flag?
Well, Quinn, you're telling me that there's a new Massachusetts flag, and I did not even know that.
Well, I don't know if it's done, but they're working on it.
New Massachusetts flag. Let's use the Google.
Okay. What do we got here?
Okay. Littering and I've got you've been selected.
The Red Sox are currently winning their game in the eighth inning.
I don't care.
Hit close. Click close. Click close.
Where is close?
Are you blind? Yep.
Yes, I am. It's just white instead of blue.
Wow. That's a great change.
No, that's the read full article. What are we doing here? I got nothing.
Well, they said
How
that
about
they're
you click
working on it.
images? There you go, buddy.
Redesigned Massachusetts state flag. Oh, it has a pine tree on it. Is this actually it? It looks like the Lebanese flag, but it's blue and yellow. I mean, it's a little simpler.
So Quinn, answer. Quinn.
To answer your question, I don't really care. I never see the Massachusetts
I'm not
flag.
gonna. Here's the thing about the Mass flag. It's not like I'm gonna buy it and hang it from the rafters in my shop, right?
Yeah,
Like that's like an American flag job. You know what I mean? Or the Jedi Order job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a Jedi banner in your
shop.
Oh yeah, that's a banner.
But what I'm saying is like, I feel like that's just wasting resources. Like, do something for like schools,
right?
Yeah,
like instead of spending some artist $100,000 to make a new state flag, like pay an artist $100,000 to like
paint a school,
teach kids how to paint.
Yeah. Or do graphic design or something. That's a complete waste of resources.
Right. Well,
like,
thanks.
who the hell cares about your state flag's logo?
Right. But just to say this, if Quinn didn't say that, I wouldn't even have known.
Me neither. 100% had no clue until right now.
And like we would like if you go somewhere and they have the flag, I wouldn't even know. I'd be like, well, that's I don't know what flag that is, but
it's cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Blue and gold, whatever.
It should be black and yellow. Anyways, Stask asks, if you could live in any fictional universe, from books, comics, movies, or video games, which would you choose?
That's a great question, Stask. And a difficult one.
Not for me.
Well, what are you going to say?
The Mass Effect world.
So, like, it's tough because it's. Do you want to be a special person in this world, or
no?
Do you want to be?
I just want to be a Twi'lek dancer. Like, I'd just be a male dancer in some random like club on some world and watch like the news and see like, oh, John Shepard had killed the Reapers. The Reapers are coming for your planet. Who wants to dance? Or let me serve you a drink. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to be like the superhero in that.
Yeah.
I just want to live in that universe.
So basically, you want to be a stripper.
Well, no, not literally, but what I'm saying is, yeah, like or like a bartender in some like galaxy. Like what I like about Mass Effect is like space travel is everywhere.
Yeah.
And unless the Reapers or whoever are coming for your planet, you're not in trouble.
Yeah.
You're just chilling.
Makes
lonely
sense.
on a world. I wouldn't want to live in Star Wars land because I feel like there's too many threats.
Yeah, you've got the Empire, you've got crime syndicates, you've got like random dudes selling death sticks.
Right. And you do not need any death sticks. But anyway, what I'm saying is like, I feel like Star Wars, there's always turmoil and there's always danger. There's no like happy place.
Not for regular.
Because like the one happy place got blown up.
Yeah, the cantina.
No, Alderaan.
That's true.
Because it was in Alderaan places.
Oh my God.
He got you, brother.
I walked right into that.
Anyways, what about you, Gronkin?
Man,
I don't know.
For me, it'd probably be Star Wars. Or not Star Wars, sorry, Halo. And I'd have to be a Spartan. Doesn't have to be the Spartan, but like I feel
You'd want to be a Spartan?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely have that personality.
Cold, calculated,
killing,
murderer.
No, just like want to be that. Like, I'm guessing you're a front player in paintball.
No, I play the two.
Well, you're a middle guy.
Yeah, but the middle guy moves the most.
You're the go cause chaos guy.
Yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah,
right.
I'm that guy.
You're the throw the one Spartan into the army of other Marines.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
it's literally
that's
the
what I'm
role
saying.
you play in paintball.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is it just fits your personality, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like to me, this seems like the Halo universe out of most stuff I watch is the most technical, realistic thing we can see.
Sure.
Okay.
Besides the Forerunner, like it's like, okay, humans advance to X amount of point, they can now travel to other galaxies.
Yeah.
Very
logical.
technical, logical, realistic. Maybe, I mean, it's technically 500 years, but let's say 1,000 years on the road, it's probably going to happen at some point.
Yeah, feasible.
And the feasible thing, putting our nice tinfoil hats on as Marcus would do, there's probably some other thing out there.
Right.
Probably.
100%. But
yeah,
what?
Definitely.
But living in the Halo, like, so you want to be in the thick of it. You want to be a Spartan in the Halo universe. Got it.
I could even die. It's all good as long as I'm there.
I'm thinking, I don't know what universe I would want to be.
It's Star Wars.
No, because Star Wars. I mean, if I was a Force user, definitely Star Wars. If I could like guarantee I have powers,
I will say, can I just sidebar real quick?
yeah.
Like, my second choice would be like Harry Potter, because who wouldn't want to be a kid going to like,
Hogwarts?
yeah, Hogwarts and like learning how to be a wizard.
I was gonna say
That's
Harry
true.
Potter would be dope, but I think probably the Fallout universe.
Oh,
See, like,
interesting.
yeah, that is like,
Because
that
like
takes balls.
Yeah, but like
Like, would
in
you
that
be in like the
universe-
vault dweller, and then
Fuck
you walk?
yeah.
You'd be a vault dweller just banging everything, and then you come out of the vault and you're like, "Whoa, people are alive!" And
Yeah.
like people are like all deformed races.
yeah, but like because like I could, yeah, because if you the Fallout universe I like 'cause it's got crazy cool shit, but like if you throw regular Nick right now into that universe, I would be okay. Like I know how to shoot a real gun. That's what you need to do.
Yeah,
in
but
Fallout.
it's like, yeah, but that's like,
I can give myself an IV for a stim pack. Like
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
yes, no,
Like
yeah.
I could figure it out. Versus like in like Harry Potter world, if I have magic, if I'm also a wizard, then I'm good. But like if in Star Wars land, if I'm a regular dude in Star Wars land, I'm fucked.
Abracadabra.
You know?
yeah,
that's all you need.
Well, yeah. So I
See
understand
what I'm
that.
saying? If you
yeah.
throw me just Nick Vern 51 into Fallout land, I'll be generally okay.
Because it's realistic.
It's fairly realistic, right?
That's why, like, the Mass Effect for me would be because I would just be a bartender / dancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the star of the show.
The question is there a pull?
No, I don't need that.
What do you-
I can flap just by moving it back and forth.
Is there a stage, or are you just giving dances?
No, dude, I'd just be like a dancing bartender. Like,
How much do you charge?
it doesn't matter.
Credits? I forgot what the currency is.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, I don't want to be like the military guy. I don't want to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like, even if I was in Hogwarts, I would just be just a regular student
Right.
watching all like Harry Potter's just get shit on or whatever.
Yeah.
Just be a regular student sitting in the back talking shit.
It's a great question.
That's a good question.
Thanks, Desk.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.